Okay, have you watched any VODs before?
Like my own votes?
No, no, of the coaching
Oh, of
sessions
the
that I've been.
YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I've
good.
seen
So
a few.
then
Yeah,
I just asked that just to see if people know like how the session will go. So then you probably know kind of
yeah,
how it goes, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna watch you play. I'm gonna write down notes, pros and cons. Your peak diamond 2, if I remember correctly, and
Yeah.
you're currently gold
Three, go
3.
three.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, a little bit of my higher level guys, like immortal guys and stuff, I just kind of don't section it off, but I'm gonna section it off for you so we can really, really go into detail
Right.
with this stuff, okay? So yeah,
Okay.
just share your screen, um,
Yeah.
kilo rank game, and just make sure you're picking your the role you want to improve, right? If you're playing Sentinel, you don't play Sentinel, it's kind of pointless. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just
Makes sense. Makes sense.
pick the role you want to play, and then I'm gonna
All
write
right.
notes.
Yeah. I usually just one trick. I literally one trick
Good.
my way to fucking diamond two. So,
Yeah. What were you playing?
I only played Jet, Reina, and Race. That's pretty
Okay,
much it.
okay, you're a duelist. Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you watch the stream at all today or no?
Not the one today. I watched the
Okay, okay,
one like on the collegiate player.
okay,
Like I
cool,
watched a bit
cool.
of it, like an hour of it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So today we had a Ascendant 2 guy from Europe,
Oh, okay, okay.
duelist.
I
So
see.
I'll send you that VOD. You can watch that one too. That one was
Alright.
really good because we didn't really talk about the basics. We were talking
Yeah.
about like really like more of the advanced stuff. Okay. Um.
Mm-hmm.
Also, yeah. So yeah, good. 720. All right. You go to college over there? You go to Calgary, University of
Yeah,
Calgary?
UFC, bro.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
University of Calgary.
I've
Yeah.
heard good things.
Yeah, it's pretty good, bro. It's not bad.
My boys used to go there and play.
Ah, I see.
What?
Okay, okay.
Oh yeah, you said you were taking. It's not that big deal, but how's the
Mm-hmm.
weather over there?
Computer
Snowy?
science. The weather, bro. The weather is fucked up, bro.
Oh man, I
It's
better.
like minus 25 every day. It's
What
crazy.
the hell? That's
Yeah, it's like
insane.
yeah, like the morning classes are rough to get to. Like, luckily you have a car though, so it's like it's not a huge issue, but like
But still, like a sedan is like is like
right?
nothing over.
Yeah,
You need a
yeah, it's kind of
truck
fucked.
over there,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it
I,
is.
I know
Yeah,
how
it's
Canada
fucking.
West is out there.
Mm.
Yeah, over here is like it's like -10. No, it's
Wait,
super
where you at by the way?
Toronto, Toronto.
Toronto? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. It's
okay. I see.
super
Match
dry.
found.
Yeah,
Like no snow at all, and it's just dry ass winter. It's always like that here
yeah,
lately. All right,
I
great.
see. Okay, okay.
Let's go.
How come you're still gold? Is it just you haven't been playing stuff like that? I'm guessing. Busy with
Um,
school.
I'm like, yeah, I'm busy with school. I played, I think, 20 hours this act, but
Oh, okay,
like,
yeah, yeah. You're not grinding.
I got placed gold one. I double ranked up to gold three, and then I just started losing games because I was playing with my girlfriend a lot, so
Gotcha.
we'd be losing games, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like, I
Yo,
didn't really
what?
mind it like that much, but you know,
What is this lobby?
it was lobby's crazy.
Five duelists. You might want to dodge if they actually
Yeah,
insta
I
log.
probably dodge it. If they're
Yeah,
lucky, I
yeah,
dodge.
just give me 1 second.
I just dodge anyways. Yeah.
Yo. Okay, he's dodging because they 5 insta log duelists.
It's
That's
like five
crazy.
duelists, crazy.
Yeah, just for your
Absolutely
information,
insane.
I'm streaming too, okay, but I won't really be talking to chat when we're diving into this stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'll be
makes
talking to
sense.
him when I watch you play, because I won't be talking
Yeah,
to
yeah.
you, but yeah, that's
All good.
crazy. That is insane.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, it's good.
All right.
Yeah, so overall, what's your goal,
My goal is immortal.
Mono? Okay.
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, you're diamond two. It's not like you're that far away,
Mm.
right?
But this act, I wanted to like try to push for a Senate, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure. You got 28 days, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
not that hard. Yo, Pookie, thanks for the sub, bro. Appreciate it, man. Mean boy. You never typed in my chat before? Jesus. Did you find out about the Discord through YouTube?
Yeah, bro. I
Nice,
seen like
nice.
your video on recommended, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll just watch this,
True,
right?
true. Yeah,
And then I seen like how you like coach people and like how you like
yeah,
discuss
yeah,
things. So I was like, okay, like
yeah, yeah,
someone
for
that actually
sure.
like puts an effort and shit, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
And
was like,
I just try to like
I'm
give
gonna
it
pick
my
it up.
all, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you
And I
know,
appreciate that, you know.
yeah. Because I tell all my students, like, I've been in your guys' shoes where I don't know
I
where to
know.
start. Like, I don't know how
Yeah,
to improve or like where to go, right? And I got to Immortal 3 by myself. Like, no one really taught me anything, really. So it's kind of like I know that feeling of being stuck, right? I was Diamond for a long time too, so
yeah.
but yeah. Yeah, but yeah, the YouTube, there's gonna be some cooler things happening. Like I found a thumbnail guy and stuff, that's
Hmm.
gonna work with me. So all my VODs will have like nice
Match
thumbnails and
found.
stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's less bougie, right?
yeah.
I
That's
know
no, that's pretty cool though.
it was
Yeah. No,
probably
I
a
seen you're like a small creator, right?
yeah, yeah,
So I was like, okay, so he's more likely to put in more effort because like
right, right,
obviously this is like stereotypical where like
Let's
the
go.
bigger creators are like they're like a little bit more lazy because they've
right,
already
right.
like quote unquote made it, right?
They
You know what I mean?
got people working for it,
Right? They
right?
got
Like
people
yeah,
exactly, right?
like
Yeah. So
clippers,
what
their
is
edit.
up with my lobbies, bro?
I
What
don't
the
know,
fuck?
bro. We might have to remake again. I swear these are the same guys.
Are they?
No,
They
maybe
actually
not.
might
Maybe
be.
maybe not. Jesus
Oh, just pick
Christ, what
something
is
else,
wrong?
bro.
What servers are these?
Oregon, Oregon.
Or oh, what the? I've never played on Oregon. I'm on Virginia.
Uh, oh, you're in Virginia. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You're east, right? Yeah, I'm
yeah, yeah,
west. Like, top, left,
yeah.
west. So.
These server. What the fuck? Okay.
Okay, I got cool.
Chat. He's
Okay,
getting
solo.
trolled.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
okay, 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 okay. We can
Okay,
get in. All
alright,
right,
there
all
we
right,
go.
all right. We're good. So Abyss, great. I think this is the most
And
common
I hate
map.
Abyss too, so
This is the most
you know?
common map where my
This,
students play on.
yeah,
Like, it's
this map
insane.
is so cringe.
But it's all good. We'll work on it.
They took my best map out, Ascent, bro.
Ascent? Okay, yeah, yeah. I like Ascent
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I like Ascent.
It's
They
an
took it
OG
out.
map.
Yeah.
Chat saying they hit it too.
Mm.
Okay, so I just tell all my students, don't be nervous. Don't even pretend like I'm here. Just play your game.
Yeah.
Just stay locked in, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll talk to you after the game, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, bro. Good luck.
All right, thanks, bro.
Oh, I'm hungry. Anyone hungry?
All
Lunch
right,
on
chat.
Brimstone after
Let's
this.
get this session done. Let's go. Let's grind. Let's watch this guy. I like the map, but it's just mid that scares me. Mid. I think mid is actually really easy to hold, me boy. Like me, like we can go through some stuff, but bro, I can show you how to play mid. It's so easy. You can lock down mid so easily with one person mid. Especially if you have good aim. They're never coming mid. If you kill 2 or 3 of them, they'll just stop going. It's hard to take. There's too many points where the defense gonna peek you from. On attack, it's different story. On defense, different story. So attacking first, alright. Defense second.
Revealing area.
This comms muted. Like, why is nobody talking in this lobby?
There's three.
Yeah, I like that cop.
Spike planted.
Last player standing.
I'm nothing like the enemy clove. I wouldn't be caught dead.
One thing I will say though is
You're. Can you flash it? Can you flash this?
Here.
Right here.
it's got pretty good angle clearing mechanics.
Many enemies. Spike planted.
I'm back right side.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Wow, they equaled them. What? He whiffed his shots, so I'm gonna write.
Gun here.
Fuck, I gotta get better at writing. Like typing faster, like even faster. I type pretty fast, but even faster. Starting a Astro. Make a flash play. Good angle clearing mechanics mid. Whiffing shots. I like that, so that'll go into pros communication. And then
Here.
One aim in. Or one beam in. Smoke's on B. Full backside.
Revealing area.
Block the sight.
Spike
Block the
planted.
sight.
Reloading.
Be faster.
Right here.
One enemy remaining.
I
Gun
like
here.
mid only on defense. Attack is more crazy. I think I'm going to say how much he switches to his knife. I do that too a lot, to be honest. I saw my knife when I upgraded too many times.
Find the weakest link and kick him in the shin.
We'll just put in comms here. Yeah, this round there's not much, so I'm not even gonna write anything but besides his comms. This is the much bigger comms here. So he walks on mid, walks down mid, start of round.
Someone is A. Careful now. Eyvah, Slevenik.
Last player standing.
One TNT.
One of my cameras is broken. Okay, it's fine.
Begin.
Found you.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
They found my wire.
Oh, my wire. Where is everyone hiding? Out of sharpness.
Okay, we know the drill. Stick to your roles and we'll crush it.
Bro. I'm gonna get a seizure. This kid's body hopping every 5 seconds. Does it play like prod? Alright. Trying to be too fancy.
Spike down A.
Spike is A. D.
What's it? Summit. Nice.
Level heads until we're home, yes? Good.
Need a drop.
Cypher, can you get by?
Thanks.
My menu looks like General Hunter, but I also like Nocturne. Was gonna get Nocturne, but decided my wall needed it. I only got Nocturne because I missed out on Evori. Yo, I need a Vori, bro. I need a Vori. That's the one skin I need. Like, that's probably the only skin I need, and I'll be happy. Evori Vandal. Do they have a Evori Phantom? I need a Evori Phantom. Do they have a Evori Phantom? I need a Evori Phantom.
You want to play? Let's
And what
play.
the hell is the knife for Evori? Is it a little cat? Is it a little cat? Like, meow.
Camber's upping on B.
So round 7. It's a wand. What the fuck? Suck my cock. I'm not gonna buy that Evori knife. I want the Vandal. I love the Evori Vandal. I pop off with that gun, bro. That's my skin.
Right.
Bruh.
74 healing.
No peeking.
I think his communications are way too quiet. Way too quiet.
That's it.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
Betty.
Overall, comms are pretty not bad though. Comms are
Intensity.
That's true.
Will
My
they
ult is
try the
ready.
same old tricks?
Ah, my neck, boys, my neck. Recently bought
Need a drop.
Recon was worth. Recon? What the fuck? What, Recon Phantom? Recon Knife is fine, but Recon Phantom? That's a waste of money. Bro, stop this, bro.
Enemy spotted. There they are.
For you, man.
My camera is. I'll handle it.
Starts mid, goes book, goes library, can take space.
No.
I know exactly
Oh,
where.
they're fucked.
I'm on your trail. Enemy. I want it.
But I just turned my head to dodge the flash. Did you guys see that? I
Spike
dodged
planted.
I turned my head to dodge the flash, bro. I like this play.
Here.
Two plus up, two plus up.
Updraft on box 2.
Oh, one down.
Last
One backside, one's rope.
last player standing.
Oh god, they lost the round. Ace. Dude, I went like
We are
this.
strong because we are together. Don't
That was
forget that.
jokes.
Stop shop.
He kind of struggles with angle clearing. Starts B.
Found them.
Takes him a while to clear space.
Enemy spotted A.
Spike planted.
Reloading.
Last
Aim is
player
not bad.
standing.
Aim is not bad. That's 2.
Zucker better watch that. Reloading.
Most base comment. The cat bundle is worth every penny. That's Savory, right? Ow.
David wrong.
Thank you. This is gonna be fun.
I hope they lose. Not just because I want, you know, this guy to lose, but just so I can just get better data than him
Here.
just being a perfect game.
You're 2B, man.
Okay, good comm. Starts B. Good comms.
Enemy spotted B. Deploying drone.
Here.
Three here, three here. One was mid. Cypher mid.
Cypher right behind you.
Fuck.
Here. Ouch.
Revealing area.
My turn. Spike down.
Top window.
Here.
What's here, so?
Ben.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Get him. Let's go. Good shit.
Ah,
Don't stop fighting.
great.
You
Good
must
aim.
keep going, even if it's the only
I mean, he's not having an aim issue, that's for sure. Like, you know, overall his shots are quite good.
Yo, can you flash this again?
Here.
You bounce it off this.
Here.
Ooh.
There's three here. Four here.
I don't think
They're
mid
running
goes.
it down there. Cypher, Chamber, Rina. Nice, good kills.
What the fuck is that chamber doing? This guy just went through the Cypher cage. What the fuck?
One's still there.
One enemy remaining.
Wait, does
Spike
when you
down
inspect
A.
the Evori Vandal, it makes noises to your team?
They play together, play together.
Like
Two
the
to
Z,
one.
like Zed, like the
He's
Zed one.
gone. Nope.
Nice, well played.
Cold, friend.
Turn off something now.
Last round in the half.
Nothing
Oh,
will
then
be
what,
safe.
what the hell?
Use it.
Holy shit, I'm tired. Round
Grab a
12.
jaw.
Oh, it's a spray, sorry. Don't mind me, you guys keep chatting it up. Lol. So this is the last round on defense.
Revealing area.
Decoy. Bullseye.
Round starts. Excuse me, boys.
I've got your trail.
One enemy remaining.
Spike ready here. Spike is A.
Oh shit.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Reloading.
I mean,
Switching
I
sides.
didn't say anything. He didn't really do anything. I was right. Good
Just
angle,
let them
playing
try to catch me.
mid. Flash. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, round 13. He's on attack. Oh god, I'm welding.
Silver, can you dart backside? Like right there?
Yep.
Can you like flash this in?
Dropping smokes. Here.
Reno's close.
Scanning ahead. Planted.
Here.
Right here.
Close security. Two there, two security.
Pew, pew.
One more there, one more there.
Good comms as well. Good
Yeah, Cypher is there too. Both.
Camera taken out.
Last player standing.
Oh,
And see.
they threw. What the fuck? I don't think so. We're talking about shit. Okay, pre-round post. There really isn't a lot of comms for that. Yeah,
Saving.
like you can see that, right? Pookie, like Simba's game versus this game is completely different. Simba's game was crazy. Like
We should just default here.
these guys,
Just play
they
for picks.
lost the game, but they're still trying their best. Everybody, you know, no one's being toxic. Everyone's just really getting the comms up, stuff like that. But this game, like, he's like the only one talking. So overall, he's got pretty good comms though. I wrote that down.
Here. Here.
Reno's mid covering. Reno's still mid covering.
good, bro.
Right here.
Burn it.
I shot.
Reloading.
Suffer set up B, so
Dropping through.
tag 50.
Enemy spotted B.
What the fuck? They should have left.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
That's it.
You know, I could just Duelist.
Yeah, this is a big round right here. We're gonna
The other
see.
one Cypher, please. Okay, fast hit A, fast hit A. So we just do the same dart, like back right side.
Eyes up. Reloading. Revealing
Ready?
area.
Two backside, 1-7.
Updraft dashes on site on A.
Spike down A.
Entry main.
They found my wire.
Never was CT, he's probably going heaven.
Drop in a smoke. I got the spike.
You heard one, In the smoke. Nice. Nice, bro. Well played.
My ult is ready. One downside to being immortal. I can't play dead.
Okay, I'm gonna look mid this time. We can kind of default if you guys want.
Alright, muckers. Off we go.
Okay.
I have the spike.
We're in the mid with all.
There they are.
No peeking.
We're still mid.
Reloading.
Right here.
We're 2 on B.
Drop in a smoke.
Please don't give me an overtime game.
Stop dart. Revealing area. Fake teleport. Found them.
One heaven, one mid lane.
Spike down
comms.
B.
He dies and saying good comms.
30 seconds left.
TNT.
I hate to say it, but
What, chat, what do you guys
probably
think?
best to play as a
Like,
team.
what do you guys
So,
think about his
what's
game
the
if
plan?
you're watching him play?
I'm buying.
Let's see if chat will get anything right.
You should save this run. Real can't buy.
I'm saving.
Could I have a drop? Thank you.
Well, he come out mid, but yeah, I wrote that down.
Close lurking, B main. Like close to the orb.
There's probably not much this round. You know, they're on eco.
Last player standing.
Could
Two fucking ops.
Don't go mid, don't go mid.
Or
I can't see them yet.
wait.
We kind of have to push A.
Yeah, yeah.
Starts.
My house ready.
Let's see how this round goes. If they lose this round, it's very tough. They gotta win this round. GG.
Spike down A.
What the fuck is going on?
Many enemies, eh? I'm right here.
Blocking sight. Hi. Bye.
Whatever.
They don't have bomb.
Last player standing.
Heaven.
One enemy remaining.
That's it.
Not looking good, chat. Not looking good.
I find them. I kill them. Simple as that.
Have a drop.
Not looking good. Oh, there's water.
You want to play? Let's play.
Maybe upping you, maybe upping you.
Smokes.
He's over top.
It's a little unlucky. I think he should be directing his team.
Gun here.
A little bit more.
Last player standing.
Oh, skating. Doesn't look so good, but it's fine.
Player standing.
I mean, definitely his weakness is on attack. Defense, he's pretty good. Oh.
Listen up, you muckers. If I don't get back up, just give me a nudge. I might not be dead, just taking a wee kip.
Yeah. It's all good.
Could I have a drop?
I'm gonna play for the lurkers on B.
Who? You had your fun. My turn.
Just run.
Enemy spotted.
My carrier is dead.
Spike down mid.
Right there. That was pretty bad.
I got this fight.
He kills the clove. She also you just have to run. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm just so tired, but you just have to run, bro. Like, why is he standing there trying to fight? You know. Look right there.
Player standing.
It's really close to barrier. Every time I hear him calm, make a play, pre-round, it's really close to barrier drop. What do you mean by barrier dropping?
Spike planted.
I know exactly where you are.
Once, yeah.
All right, boys, it's not
Yeah.
looking good. It's not looking good. It is not good. Overall has good crosshair
Match
placement,
point.
good micro
Socks will fail me.
adjustments, pre-aim.
Let's go. Here.
I'm going up heaven. Close it. Chamber may flank you guys.
Drop in a smoke.
I've got your trail.
Die. Barrier is dead.
Ah, I see, I
Spike
see.
down mid.
Portal closed.
Oh, like the barrier. Yeah, I know what I mean.
Out of charges. Decoy.
Last player standing.
Who's in there?
115 flank.
And two
All right,
GGs.
GG's. Unfortunate.
Yeah. All good.
All right, you're an NA, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me just log in real quick so we can get a custom together.
Mhm.
I mean, I'll just briefly talk. Overall, I'm trying to identify what's going on with your game. You know, when I look at it, it's not really an aim issue.
Mhm.
It's more of a movement positioning issue slash game sense slash. I mean, you're on Jet, right? You can't really.
Yeah.
The utility usage is like it's pretty minimal, but still,
Mhm.
it was a little bit on the underwhelming side. I would like to see her use your smokes more, which is it's common for
Yeah.
like mid to low level players to not really use utility. Like even the ascendant guy
Yeah.
today, he wasn't using smokes properly, and he's
Yeah.
ascendant too peak. Like like bro, like
Yeah.
right. So
I know. I know.
I'm not just trying to bash you. It's just like it's
Yeah. Yeah.
really 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 common, and yeah, we'll just get
Yeah.
all through those things. But yeah, just
Yeah.
overall, your aim I think is quite good. If I were to scale it out of 10, I would give
Mhm.
it like a good 7, a solid 7.
Okay. Okay.
It's more so your game sense and I think communication is might be your second strongest strength. Up there
Mhm. Yeah.
with game sense. Game sense is definitely third, but your positioning needs a lot of work. And
Yeah.
overall,
I see.
utility usage, you're on Jet. There's not much to it, but I'll
Mhm.
get into it. Okay. Um,
Right.
so also, so you've watched the VODs. I usually section them off in comms, aim,
Yeah.
movement,
Like.
positioning, utility usage, and game sense. But I kind of
Mhm.
quickly realized you're not like a beginner. You're right.
Yeah.
Like even though you're gold right now, like you're diamond too.
Yeah.
So you're more in the
Yeah.
intermediate. Just PM me your
Mhm.
name, and I'll add you.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. I
And
got you. I
then
got you.
so you can stop sharing your screen as well.
Okay.
I'll share my screen so you can see my POV, and then in the game you can just follow me around, and then when I explain something, you can just look at my POV if you want.
Right.
Or you can just stay on my
Okay.
POV, it's fine too, it doesn't really matter. But
Okay.
yeah, so
I see.
off what I was saying, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. One sec. Let me add you. Let me
You were
make
saying
that.
something about being intermediate rather than
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
beginner, right?
So what I did with you, and I'm gonna be doing with my more intermediate, higher level players, is I don't need to
Yeah.
section off things for you. When I explain the round, we can kind of go over what goes in what category, right? You'll understand those things. Um,
Yeah.
so I wrote down all the rounds in order, and I pretty much just wrote down everything. Let me just
Mhm.
1 second go to Abyss and turn this on. So it'll be a deep dive. There's about 20 rounds of data. So, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of glad you lost. I don't want it to be an easy game, perfect game where you're
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
dropping 30. Your team's perfect, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, we can get on
Let's
both
go.
jets, fine, because we have smokes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
But
can just
yeah,
be on right now, I
so
guess.
yeah,
I'm on
so
relax myself. Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so overall, aim's pretty good. I would
Yeah.
definitely say your comms need a lot of work. Like, it's not that it's like bad comms or anything, or like
Yeah.
stuff like that, but it's just you're not talking enough slash being a leader.
Yeah.
and like feeding information to your team as
Right.
much as I would like you to. Like you're doing it,
Maybe if we kick
but
their asses
it
hard
needs to
enough,
be
they'll
a
stop
little bit
bothering us.
more proactive. Okay, so just turn all your
Right.
cheats on.
My
Uh,
ult's ready.
toggle bind ghost if you have it.
Yeah.
Turn them
Yeah.
on. And then okay, so let's dig right into it. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
so okay. And then there's some general notes too I wrote, but we'll just get into round specifics now, okay? Round
Yeah.
1. Okay.
Mhm.
Starting B. Make specific and detailed comm. 3A. Can probably just rotate the site to help instead of flank. Needs to process information faster. So, you know, you're on defense first.
Yeah.
Overall, I think your defense side in terms of like what you want to do, how to do it,
Yeah.
those things is much
Yeah.
stronger. Attack, you're
Yeah.
struggling a lot. I'll be really honest, you're struggling. You weren't entering enough. You were kind of letting your team do it,
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes on attack, it's like
It's hard.
it's like
It's
it's
super
just
hard.
it's hard. It's like knowing what to do,
Right, right.
in like every scenario,
Yep, yep.
kind of thing. Yeah.
100%. And I'm gonna help you. Like, you know, I'm gonna
Yeah.
show you how it is to entry on, you know, obviously we're playing Abyss, but you know, whatever, another
Right.
session or whatever. Like, I will really teach you all the common spots, common entry angles, people playing all those off angles that they like to see at the high, or that
Yeah.
they like to use at the high level. So, okay, let's start here. So, you
Mhm.
start at B, make specific comm, detail comm 3A. So
Yeah.
you were on B, but
Mhm.
I knew that you saw on the minimap there was 3A and you called that. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a pro.
Yeah.
That was good
Yeah.
detailed comms. Okay, so you're like
Mhm.
3A. But the problem here was I can't remember if you went through mid or I think you went through
Yeah,
main.
I went through.
Uh,
No, I went through mid. I went through mid.
Yeah,
I
there's
remember
a
going
VOD, so
through.
you know, if I miss
Yeah.
something, it's not a big deal. We're not trying to be so specific. It's more about what you
Yeah.
did, not really the result. I'm not really caring if you lost a round or won the round. It's
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
about your movement, your pathing, your game sense, your utility usage, your
Mhm.
aim, stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, so let's
Yeah.
just get into it. So, yeah, so here I don't think you should flank. Like you saw
Mhm.
3A and you're on B. Like
Yeah.
let's say you saw them here, right? I can't remember
Mhm.
exactly where you were, but just run, just start running,
Yeah.
because
Done.
at these
Yeah.
levels, you know, you're diamond 2 peak, right? Like this is
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're much better than these
Yeah.
guys. You kind of understand as well that like these
Mhm.
guys aren't gonna do those fancy rehits, you know, rotation
Yeah.
plays.
Yeah.
You see 3A main, they're probably just gonna run in,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
automatically just run through spawn. You know, this is like a
Yeah.
thing I noticed with the more medium intermediate players, like the medium rank players, like diamond plats, is
Yeah.
they don't really know how to rotate properly, which is kind of odd
Mhm.
because it's quite easy to rotate. They want to go
Yeah.
through flank, right? But just go through mid or even through
Yeah.
spawn if you don't want to clear the mid angles and just kind of get there and help them because you were sitting B a little bit too long. If you watch the VOD,
Yeah.
I think you did hesitate a little bit. You were here, like waiting, and like you saw 3B and you're like waiting, and then you kind of decided to go then now, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and then
It was kind of like basically my thought process was to like take space, right, from
right,
them,
right,
like
yep,
in case they want to rotate, right?
yep, yep.
But then, like you said, like these gold players, they'll just hit, right? They'll just
Exactly.
like fight, like
So
hit it, right? That's what I
and
found.
yeah, and I really like that thought process to take space. Most
Yeah,
people won't take
yeah.
space here, but the issue
It's
here
like
is
about
that
like putting pressure on the map,
right, right, and
That's
gaining information. Like you know, if you
yeah.
take B main, and this was in
Mhm.
another round, I'll explain later. But you know, when you take B main, you have information. You automatically know they're going A. But you know, you
Yeah.
kind of like you were shift walking a little bit, and then you start running, and then
Mhm.
the cipher died, and you kind of hesitated here as well. And then remember
Yeah.
the sky came back and killed you, because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you hesitated as soon as like
Yeah.
and so you started running up to here and then you started shift walking
Mhm.
when they were on site. So my issue is not more so this flank. Like obviously it's more
Mhm.
optimal if you just go help them to spawn or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't mind this play. I actually think it's quite a good play. It's just that the thought process was good, but the execution
Mhm.
was really really
That's
bad,
good.
right? So
I see.
you got here, you ran up here, and the cipher
Wait.
died, and then you started to walk. Okay, you need to just commit. Okay, because
Right.
if you watch the VOD, they were literally out. So there's no point in walking here
Yeah.
anymore, especially when the cipher dies. Just start running,
So
gain the
yeah,
space
it was like
more, so that way you're
in my head. It
here
was
when
sort of
this
like
guy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, so my bad to cut you off.
No, no, go ahead.
I meant to say like basically I don't know about like the sound bubble, right? So
Right,
like I
right.
don't know like how far they can hear me versus
Yep.
how far they can't hear me.
So,
You know what I mean?
I didn't really see your minimap if you have it on. Do you have them on?
Yeah.
Do you have your sound
Uh,
thing on?
I'm pretty sure I have it on.
Okay,
How do you
so
check that?
you see my minimap, right? You see when I
Yeah,
run
yeah,
that the bubble.
yeah.
So I kind of
The circle.
already know,
Yeah.
right? So, you know, let's
Oh,
say
okay,
I
okay.
was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
running, right? Like here you just automatic. So maybe that was the case. You didn't
Yeah.
see your sound
I see. Yeah.
radius. We'll call it the radius.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
here, like the sky peaked you from like here, right? It's here
Yeah.
or something like that. Like from here
Yeah.
when you were up here. But what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say is that, sorry, is
You're
that
good.
once you start running here, okay, slow down if the cipher's alive. You know there's gonna be a
On
trip
my
here,
mark.
right? Like it's so common
Yeah.
that there's a trip here, a cipher trip. But
Yeah.
like as soon as the cipher died, I would have kept running and then
Yeah.
maybe stop running here. So you would have got an extra maybe 2 seconds of running, and you
Yeah.
would have been in a position where you catch this guy off guard. But he caught you off guard because you hesitated.
Yeah.
We don't know if he heard you or not, but it's just the hesitation that really led you to die, in
Yeah.
my
Like I lost the
opinion.
timing, right?
Yes, you in a way lost
Yeah.
the timing because like let's say we're right here running, like they were
Mhm.
out, they were like here, you watch the VOD,
Yeah.
and then you just
Yeah.
slowed down, and then you just like you waited, and then the trip went down, and then you started going again, but you started walking again. It's like here, I would have just committed. Like here,
Yeah.
as soon as the trips, I see Cypher die, I'm just still sprinting. Obviously, I'm not just gonna,
Mhm.
mindlessly sprint all the way down, right? But
Yeah.
get a little bit more space and then kind of start shift walking here just in case they're holding you from these off angles up here, maybe right here, right?
Yeah.
You could even hide this box where, when they come back, they don't really just run back a lot of times. They'll kind of clear it and then make their way. So
Yeah.
when they're here, you'll kill them. You'll catch them off guard. You just shoot them like that. So you could have even made that
Right.
play. But yeah, just like don't like you kind of hesitated. Overall, I really like this thought process. Like, most gold
Mhm.
players would not do this. So I kind of already assumed
Yeah.
you're much better. It's just the
Yeah.
timing is off. You kind of get what I
The
mean?
timing is
It
off.
needs
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be more better execution, smoother, and
Yeah.
just and I wrote you need to just process the information better because you started running and the cipher died. That's the most key information here. You can just keep
Yeah. Then
going.
we can. Yeah. You can
Don't
keep
have your
going
knife out.
actually.
Just have your gun, and then it just starts slowing
Mhm.
down here maybe. Okay, so you
Yeah.
you would have been here instead of here. That's kind of the difference if you
Yeah.
ran
It's
a
a huge
little bit more,
difference. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, if there's a cipher cage, different story. Like you're gonna have to wait, right? Because you don't want to show. You could probably just even updraft over it, right? You don't even need to shoot it
Mhm.
because you're gonna give them info.
Yeah.
So you would have had a better timing there as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, this guy peaked you, but he kind of had a better timing than you. He predicted that you were gonna do that because they already
Yeah.
had all the sight. It's kind of unlucky because your team started
Mhm.
dying, so all they have to check is
Yeah.
flank. They have all the sight. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I love the thought process. Execution was really
Mhm.
poor. Okay, just need to commit.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna lose
Yeah.
the round anyway. It was like 1v4. Just go in and try to do as much as you
Yeah.
can. Okay.
This happens with me a lot
Yep.
where like I have a play in mind, but I hesitate to make it
Right. Right.
because I don't know if like I'll
Right.
be able
Right.
to execute it. You know
and
what I mean?
and I saw that at least 3 times where you're like
Yeah.
you want to make a play or you want to do something, but then you like stop halfway. Like I can see your thought process. You're like, oh fuck, like what?
Yeah.
Like it might be fear or whatever it may be, but
Yeah.
it's like a decision making skill, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll probably work on it. I'll try to help you work
Mhm.
on it and help you understand how I think. It
Yeah.
comes with time. It's not something that
Right.
goes over time. Like it's a skill, right? It's a skill set.
Yeah.
So just like how you would save your money or how you would spend,
Yeah.
it's a skill. So don't worry, we're
Mhm.
gonna go through it. Okay, there's a lot to unpack. So round two, starting A,
Mhm.
ask Yoru to make a flash play, good angle, clearing mechanics mid, whiffing shots. So that's the first pro. That's the only pro
Yeah.
there in that round is you're very good comms. You're setting up a play, so you're kind of being assertive.
Yeah.
You're directing him. Hey, can you
Mhm.
flash up here? I'm gonna go. They ended up not. Well, he ended up not flashing that first time. He didn't
Yeah.
listen to
He
you,
didn't flash it.
and then
Yeah.
you went mid. So this is your second
Mhm.
pro.
Yeah.
Most people would just start running like this and die.
Yeah.
You kind of
Mhm.
sliced the pie, jiggled it. So I really admire
Yeah.
that. That's a pro.
Mhm.
Um, and then you just started whiffing your shots on the guy on B. I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
on B. You just like obviously you weren't really warm. Like you started hitting your shots
Yeah.
later in the beginning. You're like, but
Yeah.
I kind of identified you do have some inconsistencies with like first bullets,
First bullet.
first
Yeah.
couple bullets. Like not all the time. Like near the middle of the game, end of the game,
Yeah.
you're hitting one taps. But we gotta
Mhm.
make sure that you're never having those type of problems, right? It's super
Yeah.
consistent, and we will at the end of the session. I'll show you a bunch of stuff you can work on for your aim.
Right.
But yeah, that's not that big of a round. It was eco, obviously. Oh, and then you guys actually won that round. I remember it was
Yeah.
you guys ecoed them.
Yeah, the thrifty. Yeah.
Yep. So I think you got one kill there. I didn't write that down. I just, that's
With
not
the
really.
sheriff. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
It's not that
Yeah, I
important,
remember
right?
now.
What like the
Yeah,
kills and like the results. It's just more so the
yeah.
action
Cause
of the sequence of
yeah.
what's happening. Yep. Go ahead.
I'm just like mostly like criticize me like as much as you can because I just want to
Bro.
find
Yep.
like every kind of
Yep.
weakness. You know
Yep.
what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep, bro.
I don't really care about my
Yeah,
pros. You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Cause
So
like
yeah,
yeah,
like I just did it like this for you because you're more of an intermediate player, right? So that way I can
yeah, yeah,
read the
yeah. Of
round out.
course.
It can be in order. We don't have to keep going back and
Yeah,
forth
yeah,
because
yeah.
you saw my VODs with the lower players. When I
Yeah, yeah,
section
yeah.
it off, it kind of goes all over the place because it's like round one and then it's like round 22. So it's a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit like
yeah.
more or
Awesome.
less structured. I'm just trying to make it more
Right,
structured and better at note taking and stuff like
right.
that. But and it's also because you're intermediate. I can just tell you what happened in the round and then we can just dissect and identify, okay, this was your
Yeah,
movement. It's you're gonna understand that. Some of my other students won't.
yeah.
If I do it, they'll be like, right. So
Okay. Yeah,
don't
yeah,
worry. I'm super brutally honest with all my players. If I tell
yeah,
them
yeah,
it's
yeah.
terrible, I'll tell them it's terrible. So don't
Mhm.
worry, we're gonna
Yeah.
get there. Don't worry. Okay.
Alright.
So
Sounds good.
you
Sounds
whiffed your
good.
shots, right? That's it's not ideal. It's not optimal. You want to just one tap people all the
Hmm.
time. Obviously, it's early in the round. That's not that
Yeah.
big of a round. Okay. You guys won the round. You got to kill whatever. Round three. This round was, there wasn't much I saw from you, so it's just
Hmm.
starting B. You just made some accurate comms. I didn't write exactly what it was. You just like you were giving good information, and then you died, and then you guys got counter code, so they won the round. Um,
Hmm.
so that round was not much. So round four, walks down mid,
Yeah.
started the round, hears a lot, and sees some A main and takes space. I would like him to take space a little faster. Doesn't need to run flank, doesn't commit. So it's kind of going back to that
Yeah.
first point where I love
Hmm.
this play, bro. I do this play all the time too, where I timing
Yeah.
the walk up,
Yeah.
corner or angle where you kind of
Yeah.
hold this with your or even with your knife sometimes if you want to get more speed, right? You just take your knife out,
Hmm.
make sure someone's holding, and you just kind of walk over because they'll never
Yeah.
really see you when you walk with your
Hmm.
knife here super fast, right? So
Yeah.
I love this thought process, but what you need to understand is that you saw them all A, like not all, but you saw a lot, and
I think I saw three or
right. So
four. Yeah, I
right
saw
there,
four. I
you need to
remember.
just automatically start clearing this and just start taking the space.
Yeah.
So the processing of the information needs to be quicker. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
what else did I write? Take space. I liked him. Yeah, and then you started running like full sprinting, never stopping. So we kind of have to identify the situation. In the other round, it's
Yeah.
different because they're on site, but in this round they're
Hmm.
stuck main. So even if you look at my vision run cone, if I
Yeah.
run from here, look, they can
Hmm.
literally see
Alright.
me,
They can.
right?
Yeah. They can
Right?
see.
Or
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
me, but hear
Yeah.
me,
I
sorry.
hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. So they can hear me. So like,
Hmm.
maybe run from here, like clear
So like
this,
I did the
but
opposite basically, right? Yeah.
exactly, in a way,
I
yeah.
see. I see.
I probably would not even recommend running in this area. Just slowly clear it because
Yeah.
you know how people are, especially in the Diamond
Yeah.
Plus lobbies.
Exactly. I was
Just
looking for the chamber because the chamber was
exactly,
lurking a lot. So
right? But it's
yeah.
not about you looking for chamber. I'm just saying, like, obviously, don't run here. You played it fine, but you just started running around here, just like running, 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 and they just automatically knew
Yeah.
who you were because they weren't out. So we gotta look at the
Hmm.
minimap. We,
Yeah.
we're here, we see them A main, I would have just instantly jiggled this or whatever, slice the pie it, clear this corner, and I come tucked to this line where they can't see me from here. So I would hold this to make sure. I would come, and then I would come wide. I
Yeah.
would jiggle this, and I always clear this. I learned my
Yeah.
lessons where if you just walk down without clearing up here, there's always somebody sitting here. Just the way the
Yeah.
angle is, where it's so fucked up. And I always
Yeah.
clear this too because I'm always worried someone just holding this and I'm gonna die. Right? That's just
Yeah.
me. That's just I'm
Hmm.
very proactive in my angle clearing. So I would have walked, look here, look like maybe clear this one actually no I wouldn't. So I'd come like here wide. I'd hold this so if they walk out, and then I would like slice up high this, look up here just in case he's up here, and then I would come look this, and then I would continue to kind of jiggle this and look just to make sure because you know how the angle is like a guy
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
be
It's an
there from
elevated
here
view.
and you
Yeah.
can't see him. Right?
Yeah.
There's
You
so
can't
many
even
times
see
I
it. Yeah.
I walk like this and I get killed
Yeah. And then
because
you
they
can't
didn't
even see the
fully
guy.
clear. So
Yeah.
that's why I'll always kind of like jiggle this again and then walk and then fully come back. You can even come tight again. Okay.
Right.
But and it's just continue to walk in this situation. The other
Yeah.
situation is different, but in this specific situation, just keep
Yeah.
walking because they were stuck main. You don't want to kind of show them
Mhm.
noise, and then they kind of came back and killed you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So and I wrote doesn't commit. Like there was just a moment of hesitation. You may not. It's
Yeah.
in the VOD. It's like a slight moment of hesitation where you're running, making a lot of noise, and then you just stop, and like you're
Mhm.
just kind of lost in the sauce, right? Like we gotta either
Yeah.
commit fully As in, you're gonna run all the way and still take the duel, or just keep walking up, just clear your corners and just walk up, corners, like stuff like that. Okay. Round 5 starts B. Hears noise and gets a good op kill. Dashes in the open, tries to recover with smoke and dies. Could dash behind him instead and hit his smoke. So remember this round where you op the chamber?
Yeah.
And then you got a good kill. It was a really nice guy, I like it. But then you dashed
Yeah.
here, and the
Yeah. I
problem
should have
is
dashed on top of the box. Yeah.
I kind of do believe that the dash is the problem here. Like you could just dash
Yeah.
behind you, right? You just
Yeah.
go like this. You
I
would
like
have been
that,
safe.
Yeah.
Or, but you know, I don't mind how you dash. I think it's a little bit bad, but you know, you try to smoke to recover because you knew it was like you're
Yeah,
wide in the
like
open,
that
right?
untouched, yeah,
But you
basically,
miss
yeah.
your smoke. That's where it's kind of
Mhm.
really bad. You didn't smoke where it fully covered you, right? Like you did a smoke where I'll show you an example. Dash. You did like a smoke where you had to go in, and then they saw your back, so they're starting to shoot you,
Yeah.
right? So we need to. You know, first of all, I would have just dashed backwards. If you can't do that,
Yeah.
then you just kill him, boom, dash, and you just smoke down right under you or right on
Yeah,
top of you,
yeah.
right? It was just a
Yeah.
little bit off, not
A
on the
little bit
mark.
off, yeah.
Yeah, but overall, like you know, I just understood like okay, if he's hopping in this elo, like you're
Like I had a question. So
yeah, go
basically,
ahead.
if you have dash activated, right?
Right.
And I opt the first guy, right?
Mhm.
What if I just like turn and look towards the box? For a
Which box?
second?
This one?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, and then
Yep.
look at it and then just dash on top of it.
Yeah, that would have been way
Yeah,
better
like
too
this.
because
Yeah, right,
you
yeah.
get some cover from the wall, but you just
I thought about doing that, but like I was
Yeah.
like, what? Like in the time that I'm looking at the box, what if someone else peeks me? You know what
to
I
be
mean?
honest, I
I try to
don't.
insta dash out.
Right. I don't know if you have enough time to kill this guy,
Yeah.
activate this, and look because these guys are gonna
Yeah.
insta swing off this chamber's death.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. I
And
mean,
that's
not
kinda
activated, but like while it's already
Yeah,
activated. You know what I mean?
yeah. But I'm not even saying like that's a bad play. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
I don't know if you're able to do it because of how they swung you. The chamber died and
Yeah.
they immediately started swinging. Even the guy window,
Yeah.
right? So, like,
Yeah.
if you can get it off, it's fine. I think it's fine. I'm just saying that I don't know in this scenario you can because you killed him so fast and they immediately swung. And if you're gonna ready yourself to turn, walk, and then dash, I'm not sure if there's enough time there. Obviously, but yeah, I don't mind that. But I guess it's better if it's like a one
Yeah.
person here, two person here, and then you
Yeah.
kind of just get ready for that. But you know, I think you should just go backwards because you're gonna
Yeah,
be able
backwards,
to
yeah.
have
Seems
good.
like the most safest option.
Yeah, and you're just gonna have better positioning where if you kill this guy and they're actually committing, you're just ready. Like you can just play
Yeah.
off here, just smoke this, right? If they start coming up, kill
Yeah.
them, whatever it may be, right? You were a little bit unlucky. Like your teammates were pretty dog shit. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
like you know, I'm just really focusing on you. So I would have killed this guy. You know, dash backside. If you can't, you're stuck here. You gotta just hit this smoke because you would have
Yeah.
lived if you hit the smoke. That's it. Like I
Yeah,
don't mind
got
this
it,
dash.
yeah.
I think it's kind of bad. You shouldn't dash to the left. You should dash behind. But just hit
Yeah.
that smoke. Hit that smoke. You would have lived. You could have just bunny hopped away. Okay.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
else? What else did I write? Could dash behind him and hit a smoke. Yeah, that's that round was just pretty self-explanatory. There wasn't too much to it. Round 6 starts A main, whiffing his first bullets too much. So this was the round where you peeked A main and you just instantly
Yeah.
died. I think the sky killed you. It doesn't really matter, but
Yeah.
this is just not it's a small issue. Like we gotta get our aim to a level where it's always crosshair placement, and I'm instantly deleting them. Right? You're in diamond, so you understand like diamonds have good aim, right?
Yeah,
Like
they do, yeah.
this is obviously a gold lobby, so it's different. But you know, we really need to make sure we're consistent. Okay, you just kind of whiffed on him, and he's just like kind of like a wide swinged you and just killed you, right? Like, and you're shooting like 2 or 3 bullets, but yeah, that's not too big of a deal. So round 7 starts B, needs to tell his team to chill. So I remember this round where I think you got a couple kills. I didn't write that information down, but you need to just tell them to chill the hell out. Okay. You need to be a leader. Again, you're a diamond player. This is a gold lobby. I would really like to see you being the one being like, guys, chill. Wait. It was like a 5. It was like a 4v3 or something, like 4v2 or something. And I'm pretty sure they won the round. I could be
Yeah.
wrong. We gotta watch the VOD. That doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just this comes into more your just communication skills.
Yeah, I
Tell
remember it
them
was like a 4v2,
it's like
and they
yeah,
started like over pushing.
something like that. They just started all running down swinging these two
Yeah.
guys, and these two
And
guys were
it
going
goes around,
nuclear.
yeah.
Yeah, they're going
Yeah, I
nuclear.
know.
There's just a bomb, 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 bomb. Your whole
Yeah.
team's dying, right? Like
Literally target practice.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. You just gotta tell your team, yo, guys, chill, chill, chill. Wait,
Yeah.
wait, wait. Play time, just or whatever the situation is. In this situation, you just gotta tell them, just be a leader and be like, guys, just chill, like or tell them, yo,
Yeah.
somebody take space mid, go flank, right? That's what I do in
Mhm.
my games. I just tell them, yo, flank, flank right
Yeah.
now, go take space mid. Because I can
Yeah.
identify these situations where, yo, they're both B main. Why do we all have to be on site, right? And it still happens in
Yeah.
my game where we're 3 on site and the guy mid is coming towards. I'm like, bro, go down mid. Like they're
Yeah.
2 main, right? Like cut their
That's true. Yeah,
rotation
they
off
take the
when
space and shit. Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
because if they identify we're 3 here, they're never gonna go. It's a 2v3, so they're gonna
Yeah.
leave. So they want
Yeah.
the 2v1 or the 2v0 where
That's
they
where
just
the like the
free
lurks
set.
come in important, right?
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
but it's a little bit of your game sense, a little bit of your comms included. Okay, because I would have
Yeah.
just told him, guys, relax, wait, chill out, and I would have told one guy, yo, can you walk down mid and cut off the rotations? So it's a little bit of processing information as well. Okay.
I know, but like whenever I play these games, it's
Yeah.
like sort of like I think about like doing that, like telling them to chill. Like most of the time, like people just don't even listen, right?
Yeah, they get mad or whatever.
So it's
But
like, yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Just
so
get tilted. Like it's like,
yeah,
what do you do about it?
right. So
You know?
why I'm trying to tell you to communicate like this is whether if they listen or not doesn't matter. It's for you. It's for me to set you up to think like a high level player. Okay.
Oh,
So that way you're
yeah, yeah.
used to what high level players are. Obviously, this is a lower level lobby, but you would,
Mhm.
at the higher levels, they would respect what you said. Even probably diamond. If you're in a diamond
Yeah,
lobby and you said, "Yo, guys, wait, it's a 4v2," they would not
yeah.
just, maybe it's diamond. I see that a lot in diamond, but
Mhm.
they probably would have waited and respected your call, right? Just tell them, hey,
Yeah.
can someone go down mid? Take the space, right? They might rotate, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, but we gotta just adopt this high level way of thinking where, because you're gonna climb, you're better than these guys. It's not like you're gonna be stuck
Yeah.
gold forever. So you
Yeah.
know that, you actively know that. So we need to have our level at a level, our skills at a level where we're ready to start climbing higher
Yeah.
levels, like diamond
I
plus,
know.
because you're a diamond, right? You're automatically gonna get to diamond if you play games, okay? By
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
grinding. That's just how hidden MMR is. But I want you
Yeah.
to adopt the way of thinking where you're gonna be ready for the next level, the ascendant level, the
Yeah.
immortal
Yeah.
level.
That's
Okay, that's how we gotta
yeah.
start processing information. Okay, you say it
Word.
and they don't listen to you. It's totally out of your control. There's nothing you can do. We gotta really focus on what we can do. And at the higher levels, this is something you could have done to really focus on. Is just guys, relax. 4v2. Can one go down mid and take space, guys? They're all main. Just be like, they're all main. Some people might even just already know what that means and just start going down mid. Okay?
Yeah.
That round wasn't too crazy. Okay?
I see.
So round 8.
Mhm.
Round 8 starts mid, goes library. Needs to identify no one really plays mid and takes space faster. Hesitating to commit. Updrafts main on box to overlook the smoke. Okay, so this round, again, I like this play. Okay, you're taking
Mhm.
mid control. So you walk down here, right? Whatever it is
Yeah.
with your gun or your knife. And
Mhm.
you need to identify at this point in the game, round 8, like 8 rounds in, that no one really went up mid.
Mhm.
Okay, this kind of goes in your game
Yeah.
sense, movement positioning,
Yeah.
understanding enemy pathing, stuff like understanding
Mhm.
your own team pathing,
Like in the in
their
the
tendencies. Yep, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, like sorry to cut you off. Like in the moment, it's like I was like, because they could still be up mid, right? Like because even like 8 rounds in, like
Yeah,
obviously I wouldn't want to just go through mid without expecting anyone there. Like obviously I would still want to like
of course.
expect someone to be there, right?
But
Yeah.
you need to know
Like
their tendencies. Like
yeah,
almost every round they didn't really come down mid. Maybe like one round, one guy lurked. Okay, so off that
yeah,
information in round 8, I would automatically like, yo, I'm gonna take a super, it's more of a high risk approach, but it's more of an
yeah,
outplay big brain
yeah.
prediction where
High
you're like,
risk, high reward kind of thing.
not
Yeah.
even a high risk high reward. It's just it's like a information thing. They're soft on mid. They're always playing B
Yeah.
main or A main together, like 3 or 4. Even the lurker
Yeah.
is not mid, right? If this guy
Mhm.
was aggressively every round going down mid, killing people, lurking aggressively, then you kind of know, okay, I gotta kind of just sit here and wait for him. He's gonna do it again. But what I'm
Yeah.
trying to explain to you is that you gotta use your game sense and the information processing part as in tendencies. Okay,
Yeah. Tendencies.
over
Yeah.
these last 8 rounds, they're playing really soft mid. That's something you need to pick up at a higher level. That's what the good
Yeah.
high level players do is they pick up tendencies. This game is all tendencies. If Cypher is playing B every round, right? Good players understand that. After the third round, they're like, "Yo, Cypher just plays B every round. We can just go A. Okay, A might be stacked. Maybe Cypher will be solo on B. Let's 5 slam B, right? So you need to understand tendencies. Here, I would automatically been like, okay, yo, they're play soft mid because you know what? Do you know how I know that? Okay, that round.
Yeah.
I'll ask you. Do you know how I know that?
That they play mid soft
Yes.
because like the past 8 rounds, like I haven't really seen anyone mid, right?
Not even the past 8 rounds, but like give me like a specific round. Like, do you know why at all?
Um,
It's involving
it's
you.
because it's because like if I try to flank, like they have Cypher, so they're like confident in a strike.
Right, right,
Maybe.
right. So you're somewhat
Yeah.
right there. So, this first round, right? You
Yeah.
identify automatically. You got to pick this information up and store it in your subconscious or your brain for later. You flanked main. Nobody was there ever. Okay.
Mhm.
They put a trip here, and that was it. That other round where you came down and flanked, right? You
Mhm.
remember this one, the second time
Yeah.
you did it, where we went over it
Yeah.
already, and this, and then
Yeah. With the
um,
sky peek me,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Like it's the same
Yeah.
thing. They don't peek you, or no one's giving you resistance until main. So I have to identify this right away. Where okay, they're playing soft.
Yeah.
They're not. This Cypher's retarded. He's not even playing mid. He's not even lurking. So
Yeah.
automatically, I would have showed you how to play. So just come out here with your knife, right?
Mhm.
And then okay, obviously you're gonna be a little safe. As soon as you see them A, you just start walking out. Hold this, clear it, like clear
Yeah.
this. Look here,
Mhm.
come talk. Just make sure right here, and then you just come down mid, right? Because I wrote you need to take the space faster
That's
and
great, right?
process this information because you sitting here for so long, you watch the VOD, like you were here for quite a while. And then
Yeah.
you started making your decision. But at this point, it's a little bit too late. You'd rather just go through mid, back mid, and help your team to
Yeah.
spawn. Is wake. Look how quick this route is, right? From library to here, you're here to help your
Yeah.
team. It's like fucking 10 seconds, not even 10 seconds, but here you gotta walk. That's the issue is you need to walk to be a ninja, right? So,
Mhm.
but it's too late. You've lost the timing. So it's a little bit of your
Yeah.
game sense, overall learning people's tendency and overall looking at the macro of the game, how they like to play, how they like to set up, where it's soft, stuff like that. And
Mhm.
obviously over time, you'll learn these
I
skills.
need to like look for more like holes in their defense, right? Like as
Right,
a
right.
duelist.
But how to understand where their holes are, and this isn't just a duelist thing. This is an any role, any agent thing. Okay, this is a
Yeah.
fundamental mechanic of playing Valorant, where you need to understand where the weak points are off
Mhm.
previous rounds, prior rounds, where
Yeah.
you're gaining information. Okay, Cypher is going B 5 times in a row. We're attacking B, like we're the attacking team, and Cypher's been going B every single round. It's been 5 rounds in. Like we kind of know Cypher's gonna set up B every round if he's not switching it
Yeah.
up back and forth. There's Cyphers that switch it
Yeah.
up back and forth. That makes the game harder, where you need to actually now predict where the Cypher is or find out where he's. Okay, his cam is here. Guys, let's leave. Let's go A, right? Or he starts A. Okay, guys, let's start grouping up and going B, right? That's what you see at the higher levels, but
Yeah.
in this specific example, it's like we really 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 need to kind of work on our
Pick
game
up on
sense and,
patterns.
and
Right?
and pick
Yeah.
up on patterns. That's what tendencies is. It's just patterns.
Yeah.
If this guy
Mhm.
just run down, like let's say two of them run down mid every round for the last 6 rounds, okay, we're never gonna do that play because the risk of you
Mhm.
dying is quite high, right? So this play would be much better where you just stand here and wait for them because you know they're gonna run down or walk down, so easy
Yeah.
kill, whatever, get out. But you kind of
Mhm.
get what I mean. Like the tendency part
Yeah.
of this game isn't just duelist specific. It's really a fundamental aspect of being a higher level player. If you
Mhm.
understand this concept of creating timings where you know where they're weak, you're being proactive in your way of thinking. Like for example, if I was attacking and they're stacking A all the time, you know I would just be proactive and be like, okay guys, we can go down mid here or go B, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just like
I see.
switching it up, kind of being creative in a way as well. But for you, it's just we need to really pick up on patterns much faster, much faster. It shouldn't take you 8 rounds
Yeah.
for you to understand that mid is free. Okay, that
Mhm.
after that second time you flanked them and no one was there, you should automatically
Yeah.
be like, yo, mid is super weak. Let's walk down mid together. Maybe even calm to your team, right? It's all
Yeah. Like with
situational,
your teammate, right?
right? Just
Mhm.
be like, yo, let's double walk down together. Then they're never here, right? That's kind of what
It's
I do in my
just
games.
like
Yep.
his teammates, like they don't come like in this
Yeah,
rank.
yeah,
They really
100%.
don't come.
And
You
it's
know.
a little bit unlucky, like I said, like, your team was bad, but we gotta focus on the things that are super important, not the things
Yeah.
that are out of our control. Because if we get caught up with
Yeah.
our teammates,
Yeah.
it's bad. That's why I'm trying to help you still communicate even if they won't listen, because you know you're gonna climb. You're gonna climb. Okay, so once you get to diamond, ascended, they're gonna start listening to you, bro. So you know, we gotta be ready, right? Ready for those
Yeah.
times. Not
Be ready for
not
this.
this game.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're in gold lobbies and it's a little bit different. You know, you're diamond 2 peak, but
Mhm.
that kind of comes in with the whole be a leader too. You know, you're probably one of the better players in this lobby. Maybe not the best,
Mhm.
but you're you know you're a better player than all of your teammates. So you need to lead them to victory. I tell my students all the time, it's like, be a leader, be an IGL, right? You weren't really IGLing. You need to direct them. Guys, they're all mid. Can you guys rotate now? Hey, can we rotate here? Guys, walk down mid right now. Guys, chill, right? Like, you need to lead them.
Yeah.
And I would like to see that a little bit more from you, because you have good comms. They're specific and
Mhm.
detailed. That's the first step to being an IGL, is having accurate comms where, you know, people respect your comms. If you say there's 5A and then your team starts running down and there's 2 mid and he gets killed with his knife out, he's never gonna listen to you again, right? He's not gonna respect
Yeah.
your comms. So that's kind of what I
Yeah.
mean, is you already have that first skill set where they're accurate. You're like, hey, one main, I hear one main. There's 3B main, 3A, right? Like, they're detailed. So that's
Mhm.
the first step. But I would like you to be an IGL. Obviously, you know, traditionally, IGLs are more of the controllers, sentinels, and stuff like that. But you know, I'm a
Yeah.
duelist player, so I still IGL in my games, because people in the ascendant, low mortal, they still don't like to IGL or talk. I don't care if they judge me or not, or they think I'm annoying. I'm here to win the
Yeah.
game, right? Try to
Yeah.
play for the win and less more for, like, you know, just being a fear of judgment or being shy. Like, you gotta kind of get out
Yeah.
your
Yeah. Yeah.
comfort zone, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a higher level than everybody in the lobby. Okay, if you're in a
Mhm.
mortal lobby right now, okay, different story. You're gonna let those guys lead you because they know a little
Yeah.
bit more. But it's kind of like the
Mhm.
opposite. You're the immortal players to them, right? These
Yeah.
guys are
Right.
true gold, maybe worse, like silver
Yeah.
player, bot account players, whatever it may be. But you need to lead them to victory. I don't care how annoying you sound. I don't care how much you're yapping. Okay,
Yeah.
information is winning rounds. Winning rounds is
Yeah.
winning the game,
Information. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
winning
I
the
understand that.
game means climbing. Okay, you understand that. I don't have to go too deep into that one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
again, take space faster, identify the pattern. Okay, the mid is weak. I'm gonna start walking down immediately. Okay, maybe sit there for a second.
Yeah.
Immediately walk down. So that way your timing is much better where you're out here.
Okay. Let's say for instance,
Yep,
I seen like 3A main, right?
yep,
And we know mid is weak, right?
yep.
But I swing this box corner, right? Like, let me
Right.
go see one
This one,
second.
this one.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll hold you in a
Okay.
1 second. So I'm playing right here,
Right.
and I'm holding this angle, right?
Yep. Okay.
And then let's say 3 or A main, and you said
Yep.
to start taking the space, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
like now swing me, right?
Yep.
So like, what if this guy right here just like one taps you? You know what I mean?
I mean, it's
While
probably
you're
really, really uncommon for this guy to just hold library. Okay, when people are
yeah,
attacking mid, how they play
yeah,
mid a lot of times is this guy's gonna be up here holding
Here.
link, over
yeah,
here top mid, both sides. Okay,
mhm,
obviously at the higher levels they kind of already know somebody has walked up library, or you know, they're gonna
yeah,
assume, but they're not gonna hold library out like
mhm,
this, like all the time, because
yeah,
even
yeah,
if
yeah.
like okay, maybe from back here, but
Like
if
if
I'm
you
holding
back
it
up a
from
little
here,
bit,
like
yeah,
they're gonna see me from top mid, right? Like the
yeah.
only way he could really be doing that is if he knows that you've been there at least like 3 times and you walked out there
Okay,
3 times.
okay. I
Okay,
see.
so that's kind of like a you know, it's unlikely, right? We gotta speak in
Unlucky.
generalities
Yeah,
and possibilities. It's not 100% this guy's gonna hold you every single time. It's super unlikely, especially in these lobbies. Okay, maybe in the
yeah.
rate in the immortal lobbies, yeah, they're predicting this guy to just
Here.
sit here and
'Cause, like,
come down. But
uh,
in your lobbies, it's a different
whenever
story.
I'm like, yeah, whenever I'm like solo trying to take space or something, I'm like paranoid of like pretty much like all
Right.
these angles. You know
It's
what I
a
mean, right?
fear, and
Or it's like,
I'll
yeah,
explain why it's a fear. It's a fear because you don't know where they're coming. You don't know the common angles, and that's kind of a little bit of a
yeah,
map knowledge, game sense thing that you need to experience and learn from.
yeah,
And I tell my students all the time, when you take space, it's okay to die. When you die taking space, that will improve your space taking, because let's say for
yeah.
example,
You'll learn, right?
I come out B main, exactly. If I come out B main,
Last player
oops, sorry.
standing.
Yeah,
If I come out B
yeah,
main and I get
mhm,
killed in a corner, I know next time to clear that corner, right? Like, I'm not gonna
yeah,
ever not clear this corner. Like, for example,
Here.
look at my POV. I'm walking
yeah,
out and I don't clear this corner, and I'm just like doo 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 doo, and I get killed here.
mhm,
Like, you know,
right. Like
automatically
you
it's
gotta
human
feel that,
nature
yeah,
for me to just clear it. I'm gonna hold this
yeah,
boom and then clear it next time so it doesn't happen again, right?
yes,
If you keep
right,
dying there, that just means you're retarded. No offense, not you, but
Yeah.
that person. Like
Yeah,
you need
just
to
in
have a
general,
brain
yeah.
power to be able to
Yeah.
just look there and clear it because you've died there
Yeah.
before. So that's kind of why you need to not hesitate and commit, even if it's the wrong move or it's too late. Just do it because you'll learn. Because you're not learning in these moments where you start running up and then you hesitate and you're just
Yeah.
waiting and you're just shift walking and you're just like
It's
like
like no, it's
you're
like kind of like when you're losing like rounds in a row. It's
yeah,
like it's pretty common to like autopilot. You know what I mean? Where
sure,
like
but that's
you just get like checked out in the head. You know what I mean?
sure, but that's
You're
kind of
just
on
playing the
you,
game.
right?
Yeah.
That's not on your
Yeah.
teammates. You need to stay
Right.
locked in, right? And that's
Yeah.
just the mental game of Valorant. Just like a
Hmm.
soccer game. Think about traditional. Do you play sports at all?
Yeah. I used to play basketball. Yeah.
Okay, you play basketball. Okay, even if you're
Mhm.
down 6 points in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left, you just start
Yeah.
giving out and just like zoning out.
No, no, because the
No,
game isn't. It's never
Ex-
really over, right? Until
exactly.
like
So you gotta use that thought process in Valorant. So
yeah,
what if you lost 5 rounds in a row, 8 rounds in a row? The game is not over. You can. I've come back from 11-2 so many times. Even
yeah,
12-1. I've won a couple games. Not. It doesn't. Obviously, it doesn't happen
yeah,
often. But I
yeah.
love using sports references with my
But, like
students.
every game is winnable, right? Kind of thing.
No, it's not always winnable. But I'm just trying to help
Yeah.
explain that it's just not over. Just
Right.
don't
Right.
zone out because you lost 8 rounds in a row and it's 8-0.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. You still have to be giving the same amount of effort, the same amount of staying zoned in and being focused
Hmm.
and not getting distracted and just being like, because I'll give you this way too is okay, a team with 5 players, okay,
Yeah.
and all of them are, you know, playing optimally in a perfect world. They're not tilted. They're playing together. They're synergized. Versus a team where only 2 or 3 of those guys are doing that, and 2 guys are just tilted out of their mind. Who do you think is gonna win
Yeah.
in the long term over the large numbers? Law of
Yeah.
large numbers. Who's
The
gonna win?
team that 5 people are communicating
Exactly.
and locking in.
Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule where the tilted team will win too, no matter how synergized they are. Obviously, but
Yeah.
generally, and
Yeah.
the rule
In
of large
the more normal case,
in
right?
the
Yeah. They.
long term, the team that's more synergized is going to win the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are times where the tilted team will win too, but that's besides the point. That's the exception to the rule. We're focusing on
Hmm.
generalities. Generally, that team's gonna win. So if you zone out, like just imagine the edge the enemy's team's getting because you're the best player on the team, right? We gotta
Yeah.
think about it that way, especially in this lobby. Okay,
Hmm.
maybe in a diamond lobby is a different story, but in this lobby,
Yeah.
you're the best player in the team. We really need
Hmm.
to be tapped in. Okay, you need to be the leader. You need to also lead by example. Okay, not just by
Hmm.
communication, but by your skills, as in killing them, locking down parts of the map, calling rotations, calling them out, anticipating what they're gonna do. Okay, like
Yeah.
let's say they start, hey guys, stay B. Like the guys, they just start running off B, and you're mid. Like it makes no sense. You're gonna be like, yo guys, can one guy anchor on B, right? So you need
Right.
to lead by example. You gotta direct these guys to victory, right? And that's I can
Yeah.
use a basketball reference all day, and it's like 2 minutes left. You're down by 10 points. It's still winnable.
Hmm.
How many basketball
Yeah.
have games have you seen where they win in the last minute, right? It
Yeah. A
happens
couple.
all the time, and that's something you need to understand. This game is not an early game, mid game. Okay, every single
Hmm.
competitive game I've played, and I've been
Yeah.
pretty high elo in most games I play. Okay,
Yeah.
the late game is the most important. Okay, even if
Yeah.
it's 11-4, 11-5, if
Yeah.
you start adjusting properly and playing your mind out in the late game, you will win that
Yeah.
game. Okay, the
It's like
okay, let me just explain it this way.
yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Late game rounds really outweigh the early game, mid game rounds. Okay, just
Yeah.
because you're
Like you
up
have way
7 rounds
impact, right?
don't mean
Yeah.
shit. Okay,
Yeah.
3 late game rounds outweigh 7 early game rounds. Okay, why? Because
Yeah.
economy becomes in a factor, especially in Valorant.
Hmm.
Money is not abundant like it is in early game where you're 7-0. Okay, a
Yeah.
lot of the times when it's close game, once you lose 1 round, you have to save, so you lose 2 rounds. You automatically, not automatically lose 2 rounds, but it's really
But it's
likely
very
that
likely that you lose both
exactly.
rounds,
So
right?
you kind of understand that too. It's not an automatic. Obviously, in the diamond plus
Yeah.
elo, you see it all the time where eco will win, but
Yeah.
it's very very likely where 5 rifles will kind of delete the eco
Yeah.
team. So right, so just try to think about it in a sports aspect, right?
Yeah.
When I tell my students in a sports reference, usually
Yeah.
they understand it a lot better, and you can just cross it
Right.
over,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're
100%.
so
So I had to like
yep
ask you something.
yep
So basically, I used to play COD, right?
Okay.
And I'm trying to like, so I used to play ranked on COD,
Okay.
and I used to play like pretty competitively, right? So I did hit like iridescent, right?
Okay.
Which is like the top rank in COD,
Sure.
right? So it would be equivalent to like radiant here, right?
Okay.
And for some reason, I can't apply like those fundamentals here.
Right.
I know it's like a completely different game,
Yeah.
but like in terms of mental, like I brought myself to a level where I wouldn't really ever get checked out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. But
Where like I'd be playing and
But
shit.
so you need to you answered your own question, right? You're like,
Yeah,
I don't know why, those mechanics don't cross over. It's a completely different game. Okay, just because you're
yeah.
a radiant quotation from COD doesn't make you a radiant player here. Okay, it's just the same thing in CS:GO.
Yeah,
Look at Stewie 2K. You know
but
Stewie
it's like
2K?
I know, but it's like like if you can, it's like kind of like this. It's like the mentality thing where like if you can be a top rank in one game, then why
No,
can't you
no,
do it
but
in
you
this
gotta
game,
throw.
right?
That's ego though. You're saying I'm
Yeah.
entitled to be a radiant in Valorant because I'm a
Not a radiant though, but I'm just saying
No,
like
no, no,
like
but
a
just hear
top
me out,
five,
hear
for
me out, hear me
example.
out.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
saying that because I was a top player in COD, whether it's
hmm
rated or not, just listen to the example, is
yeah,
you're feeling entitled. That's the ego. You're like, okay, I was one of the top 500, whatever it may be, a top 2,000,
yeah,
top five. It doesn't matter. It's the thought process. If
hmm
just because I was a high level player in COD does not mean that I'm entitled to be a high level player in Radiant or I deserve better teammates or whatever, right? That it's your ego. Right, we gotta throw
right,
away your
yeah,
ego.
yeah,
We
yeah,
really need to
yeah, yeah,
rewire your brain. You're checked out
yeah,
because you're like, you know what, fuck this, yo. I'm so much like I'm so good in COD, but why can't I be like fuck this? It doesn't even matter, right? Like you're checking
hmm
yourself out. So this is the
yeah,
mental side of Valorant, and not just Valorant. It's in any game, any sport, bro. Okay, you
hmm
really need to check in. Don't check out.
yeah,
Okay, and
yeah,
don't use that as an excuse, as in okay, yo, I'm a high level COD player. I deserve to be a high level Valorant player, or I know, obviously you have to believe in yourself, as in like, I can hang with
right,
certain guys and not being like, yo,
right,
I can't do it because you'll never be able to do
hmm
it. But there's a difference between believing in yourself and actually the ego. Okay, don't feed your
yeah,
ego. Really check in, bro. You gotta really, in a way, I think for you, we gotta start on a clean slate. Okay, forget about COD.
yeah,
No one cares about COD.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
okay. Well, I shouldn't
yeah,
say it like that. I'm not saying that we
yeah,
don't
yeah,
care
yeah.
about COD, but you
Right,
know,
right, but it's like a different game. I know what you're
it's a
saying. Yeah.
different game. And do you think if you talked in voice chat like, "Hey guys, I'm high level from COD," you think those guys would be like, "Yo, cool"? They would all flame you, right?
Yeah,
You
I
kind of
know, I
know
know.
nobody gives a
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, a
Nobody
little
get,
bit
yeah,
about
yeah,
me. I'm an ex
hmm
StarCraft 2 player. Okay, when I was 14 years old,
yeah,
I'm 28, so that
right,
was 14 years ago.
right.
Okay,
Oh
I was
shit. Okay,
great. I
okay.
was a freshman in high school. Okay, I went to MLG. I
Yeah,
don't know if you probably know what MLG is
yeah,
if you're a
yeah,
COD
yeah.
player,
Major
right?
League
I
Gaming.
got
Yeah,
sent to
yeah,
play MLG 2020,
yeah, yeah,
2012
yeah.
Anaheim. Okay, I got sent to go play there for
That's sick,
StarCraft 2.
bro. Holy
Right,
shit.
and I was a top 500 player in Dota 2 as well in NA,
Yeah,
and I was also a
yeah.
top 200 player in Spectre Divide when the game first came out with like
hmm
30k players. The game's dead
Yeah,
now, but I don't use that as an egoing thing, as in like I'm better than these guys, because right, I use that to my
yeah.
advantage in this way, as in
It's
okay,
like I
I
feel like my mental holds me back though, 100%. Because
yes,
like
yeah,
sometimes you'll play bad, like really bad. You'll be
yeah,
like, all right, I'm dog shit, you know.
right, right, right,
And then like other times you'll be like, okay, like because like it's very like there's a lot of inconsistencies.
yeah.
Like I have these games where I literally drop like 30 bombs, 40 bombs,
Yeah,
right?
but that's on
And then
you.
some games just
You're having the
yeah,
inconsistencies. Nobody else is. You're having
yeah, yeah,
either it's physical inconsistencies as well as mental
mhm,
inconsistencies. Like you're really fatigued, or like you don't do aim training, so your aim starts falling off, because aim isn't
yeah,
a mental thing. Okay, aim
yeah,
is a physical thing, right? You're using your arm,
mhm,
your muscles, all your
yeah,
muscles, your wrists, your fingers, all these. Think about
yeah,
how many muscles you're using just to move your arm or aim or be precise, stuff like that, right?
yeah,
Or from the neural
yeah,
connection from your brain to your muscles, the link between them, right? So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's not only your physical inconsistency,
hmm
it's a mental. You're mental blocking yourself. Okay, I'll give you an example of
Yeah,
how a student mental blocked himself. It's a very quick example. Okay, she she dropped 21 kills and then just
yeah,
stopped. At first half, she dropped 21 kills and then just could not get a kill anymore. It's because
yeah,
she's checking out. She's looking at tab. Yo, I'm top frag. Yo, look at me. I'm
yeah,
so good. And then she starts getting cold, right? Because she
yeah,
blocked herself, where she's like, I don't need to do it. I can just start leaning back my position. Just
yeah.
chill, run
Like he
around.
got complacent, right?
Exactly. It's
That
kind
kind
of
of
being
thing.
like
Yeah,
complacent,
yeah.
right? So with you, I kind of told you as well. It's like your aim isn't the problem, right?
Right.
Like, yes, you might have inconsistencies with whiffing, but
Yeah.
overall, when I saw your shooting, it wasn't your aim. okay? It was really more your mental game, the game sense, understanding information, patterns.
Yeah.
But you're not actively using these skills because, and I know you have these skills. You're a computer science major. I know you have these
Yeah.
skills because even in computer science, there's patterns you have to pick up on and whatever, coding, whatever,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
you're not using these skills because you're mentally checked out, right? You're
Right.
mental blocking yourself, whether it's getting complacent or you're tilted, there's fear, you're uncertain, right? And we'll
Yeah.
work through that. But the
Right.
first step is identifying it. It's really good that you identified it. I think most of my students that would have this problem don't even know they have that
Yeah.
problem. So you actively kind of know you need to work on this, okay? So
Yeah.
you really need to be critical and uh think deeply. Don't just be like, yo, I was a high level in COD, whatever, fuck this game, I don't care anymore. Like, you're almost getting apathetic.
It's
You don't
like-
you don't care
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
You don't care anymore. You're like, you know what?
like-
My credentials are up there. Yo, fuck this, yo. It's like, no, bro. Like, stay locked in every single
Yeah,
round,
yeah.
every single play, bro. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have something to say?
No, I was gonna say like it's more so the fact that like it's like kind of like where like there's like obviously you have fun playing this game sometimes,
Yeah.
and then right when it's like when nothing's going well and shit, then
Yeah.
it can feel like shit sometimes,
Right.
right?
Right.
But
And
it's more so about like making your mentality like consistency to where consistent to where like you're learning and improving like as you play the game, right?
Right, and sometimes that comes with purpose. Like, if your purpose is just to play the game to have fun, that's different. Sorry, but if I'll give you.
definitely not.
Well, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying a person.
in
The
general,
person that was like,
yeah.
"Yo, I just play this game for fun." Okay, but versus
Yeah,
a
yeah.
person that's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go pro." Whose mentality is gonna be stronger? Who's gonna actually get through it, all those hard times, and keep going? And that's a
The
question.
person that's trying to go pro, right? Yeah,
Exactly,
obviously.
exactly. You can already identify this, that the person
Yeah.
that's gonna make up his mind to being like, I'm gonna improve, I'm gonna hit my goals, versus the guy being like, yeah, fuck this game. You know what? I was such a
Yeah.
high level in a different game. Yada yada yada. Who's gonna have the advantage in climbing? The guy that has the goals, right? You know this. So
Definitely. Yeah.
definitely with you, I actually didn't know it was this big of a problem, but so now it's great that we figured it out. We really need to
Yeah,
work on
yeah,
your
yeah.
mental. Okay, your mental
Yeah.
is super weak, and I'm not saying weak as in you get tilted or upset or
Yeah.
emotionally weak,
Yeah.
but it's just
Yeah.
you're checking out, right? You're just
Yeah.
getting apathetic. You just don't give a fuck or whatever it may be. But it's
Yeah.
not more so the emotional part. It's more the rational part. You're just like, whatever. It's like, it's the way it goes. Like, whatever it may be. I'm just kind of generalizing how someone would kind of check out, right? Because that's kind of how someone would check out their mental. That's what they would be saying, like, whatever. Okay, unlucky. I got retarded teammates. Whatever it may be. Okay.
And not even that. It's not about like blaming the teammates. It's kind of just like
I know.
I'd just be like we lose 4 or 5 in a row. It's like okay, I'll just fucking run it down this round.
Right,
Like, you know,
right.
I sometimes I feel like I'm thinking too much. Let me just run it down and kill.
Yeah,
them,
but
you know what I mean?
again, when you're feeling like that, come back to the example, the reference of a basketball player. Okay, is he gonna just start chucking the ball half court shots when he's losing by 6 points? No, he's not, bro. He's gonna stay fucking locked the fuck in. Look at the NBA players; they do not give up, no matter what happens. You must get through it. Okay, that separates winners to losers. Okay, you really need to dig deep. I'm sure you know that quote. You gotta dig fucking deep, bro. And I'm trying to be hard on you because I know you're not a bad player. Okay, just off the way you play, not just your credentials or whatever, or me talking to you. I know that you're much better than this, Elo, and that's why I'm hard on you. I'm hard on all my students. Okay, we really need to work on a mental here for you specifically. Okay, so let's whenever you feel like that, go back to fucking LeBron James. Why do you think he's got 7? Go back to Kobe Bryant, bro. Why do you think this guy's a fucking right? He's one of the main guys that like really push this like self-development philosophy of never quit, be a mamba, right? You've seen those memes of him in the commercials and shit like that, right? I know you're a basketball player, bro. You guys love that shit, okay? But what I'm trying to say is you gotta always come back to that thought, okay? Be a pro in a way. I'm not saying you're a professional gamer, but if you're a high level player in COD, be a high level player in Valorant, okay? Don't make excuses. Don't check out. Okay, let's kind of go through the list because there's a lot. But that was a great piece of thing we talked about there because I actually did not know that you had such a mental block
Yeah,
there,
yeah, I
but good.
wanted to talk to you about it. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. And I'm kind of glad that I can kind of get that reference out there for you. The basketball,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can,
yeah.
bro. You
Hundred
name me
percent.
any sport, I'll give you that. I'll give you an example. Okay,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
football is the same thing. You know, when they're down two
Mhm.
touchdowns, fourth quarter, do
Yeah,
they give
yeah.
up? No. I'm a football player myself. I went to college in Quebec and played football. I walked
Yeah,
on. I made the team, stuff like that. I
yeah.
won chat. I have 2 championships, high school and college. But
So yeah,
like,
no,
but
that's really good. Holy shit, bro.
I'll give you the same example though in football. It's like in football
Yeah.
and you might not know what this answer is, but I'm gonna ask you. Do you know what the most important quarter is in football? There's four
In
quarters in football
football,
game. What's the most important quarter in football? Do you
mm,
know? It's okay to
the
get wrong.
third.
Nope.
I don't know for sure. No,
It's the fourth. Okay.
it's the fourth. Okay,
It's kind of
okay.
like the same in basketball. What's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
most important time of a game in a close game?
Obviously, the
It
fourth quarter. Yeah.
exactly. Okay. It's the
It's the
same.
clutch moments, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And
When
it's
you
not
have to be
even just the
icy and
clutch
shit.
moments. It's just that it's there's a saying that I've learned when I was in high school playing football that they used to always
Yeah.
say to us, okay? It's not how you start, it's how you finish,
Like how you finish. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
That's next. Yeah.
It's not about the first quarter,
How you
second
start.
quarter,
Yeah.
getting punched in the face, okay? It's about getting back up and completing,
Yeah.
fighting, showing that you're
Mm.
able to compete and not quit. Okay? So it's kind of like that type
Yeah.
of stuff. So the fourth quarter is the most
Right.
important, and that's kind of like the same thing we can cross over into Valorant, where it's
Right.
okay, we lost the first half, but how many games have you played where you lose the first half, but you win you win the game in the second half? Right? You've
Yeah.
probably experienced that.
It's not like games. Yeah.
I've experienced that a lot where I'll be down 3-9.
A 3-9 cruise. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'll send you a VOD. I recorded it. It's on my YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's called Comeback Session where we won every game. It was
No,
six.
I know I've done a bunch of 10-2 comebacks. Like
Right,
I've done
right.
them in the past,
Yeah.
so I know it's possible, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you just like feels doomed. Sometimes you know what I mean?
No, but see, that's where you're going wrong. That way of thinking
Yeah,
is completely wrong. You cannot feel like
yeah,
that. Yes, sometimes you feel like it's over, you check out, but I'm just trying to help you in the point where you need to
yeah,
stay
yeah, yeah, yeah. You
consistent
gotta stay locked
mentally.
in, right? Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't matter what the fuck's happening or whatever. Your teammates are just yapping, fighting each other, whatever.
yeah,
I'm trying
yeah,
to help you, right? That's why I'm here. I'm trying to
yeah,
help you. I'm not trying to be here to argue with you. I'm just trying to help
yeah,
you understand certain things where it helps you improve. And obviously you want to improve. That's why you paid for a session, right?
yeah,
If you didn't, you wouldn't care. You would just keep playing and whatever and not. But
yeah,
you're here to improve. So we really need to
yeah,
change your mentality here, okay? That's I think
right.
might be the number one thing for you, okay? You need to stop
Okay.
checking out, lock the fuck in, okay? And I'm saying it in a
Right.
way where it's aggressive, but I think you
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to hear
yeah,
it that way because if I go,
yeah,
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 it's okay,
100%.
if you check out here and there, it's
Okay,
fine.
it's
I'm
like
not
a
gonna
big thing, so
sugarcoat
it
it.
makes sense. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
such a huge thing.
100%.
And I tell
Yeah,
my students all the time, bro, game sense outweighs
mm-hmm.
aim tenfold.
Yeah,
Not just game
tenfold.
sense,
Yeah,
the mental game of Valorant, your emotional
yeah.
control, your
Some of my
awareness,
like,
okay?
yeah,
Those things
mhm,
outweigh aim tenfold. Okay, but let's go through
yeah,
the list. We're kind of getting
yeah, yeah,
sidetracked. We're
yeah,
talking too much
yeah,
about the
yeah,
mental. Let's
yeah,
really
yeah,
we can talk about it after, but let's kind of get through
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
because
The list, yeah,
it's a lot. We haven't even gone through halfway.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
so that's that with this note where round 8 you kind of sat here, just identify the information and just kind of come down faster. Okay,
Right, right,
so
right.
round 9 starts B. Takes him a while to wait. Starts B. Takes him a while to clear space. I don't know where they are. If no one's B, he needs to automatically know. Okay, so starts B. Takes him a while to clear space. Identify where they're going. If no one's B, he needs to automatically know. Tell his team they are 2A. They they are A, gets 2 clean kills. So I remember this round. You walked down solo B main and
Mhm.
you didn't know what to clear, right? You're here
Yeah,
and you're like, and you were here for too long. Okay,
yeah,
how I'll show you how I would clear it, and I've showed other
mhm,
students as well. Is
yeah,
you kind of know they're towards mid or A. Okay, this is what you do.
mhm.
You hold window for a while just in case he's gonna late peek you. Then you come
Here.
here in case he crossed. Let's say
Crazy.
you kind of
Oh, okay.
went
Yeah.
around the corner. You weren't holding it, so you don't know this information. And then you would kind of jiggle this because a lot of people will hold from there, the off angle. And then you hold this. You
Mhm.
come wide, and then you clear this, and then you would
Yeah.
kind of jiggle like slice the pie here as well because a lot of
Over
people will
here.
hold
Yeah.
this, but you were here looking here like nobody was there and you went back like this, and then here as well, that's the movement slash game sense slash map knowledge
Yeah.
part of it. But also,
Mhm.
as soon as you come out here, let's say you cleared it and nobody's here, you gotta tell your team, guys, they're towards A. They're probably all A or mid. Okay,
Mhm. Right,
because
right, right.
it makes sense when you walk down B main, and this is gonna be a question. Where are they likely gonna be? I kind of answered it for you, but where are they gonna be?
Yeah. Like towards A and mid, right?
Right, exactly. You understand that
Mhm.
already, right? So,
Yeah.
but we gotta process information. You didn't say anything. You
Pretty
just
faster,
walked
right?
down.
Yeah.
You didn't clear any corner. You just held this random spot where nobody was, right?
Yeah.
If you just cleared this from the get-go, you know nobody's there because he probably would have cleared you, right? You clear this, then you
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
slice the pie here, hold this just in case they peek or walk, run out, hold this wide,
Yeah.
jiggle this, whatever it be. Now you can look just in case there's
Mhm.
an off angle where he's seeing if you're walking up. You can walk up.
Yeah.
You always come here like this, right? So we gotta kind
Mhm.
of what did it say again? Yeah, so I wrote takes him a while to clear space. Like it took you probably double long as a normal ascendant player would clear, okay, or like a mortal
Right.
player would probably clear even faster than me, okay.
Right. Mhm.
And then I wrote identify where they're going. So when you clear B main, and I love this thought process that you walk down because you kind of know that,
Mhm.
excuse me, you know nobody's there. So
Yeah.
you gotta just tell and identify, yo guys, they're A, they're A, they're B, they're B, whatever, they're A, whatever it may be, but
Mhm.
just start running and
Yeah.
set yourself up for success where you're gonna kill at least minimum 2, and you did. I wrote
Mhm.
gets 2 clean kills. So I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly how you killed them because I'm getting kind
Yeah.
of lost, but yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
in the VOD. I'm gonna give you the VOD
Right.
and
Right.
also these notes. So
Right.
when it's up, you can just refer back. Obviously, I'm gonna get some things specifically wrong.
Right.
But I was really,
Right.
really, really, really just focusing on your movement,
Yeah.
your utility usage, aim,
Yeah.
game sense, stuff like that. Okay,
Mhm.
pathing. But yeah, so here. I love the thought process. Again, the common theme with you
Mhm.
is you're making the right thought process, but you're
Yeah.
hesitating too much or
Yeah.
indecisive. Your decision making skills are just tampered for some reason,
Yeah.
right? Just commit, bro. Even if you die, who the fuck cares? Okay, you're gonna
Yeah.
learn off dying, but
Yeah.
you're too scared to die. It's a little bit of fear, a little bit of
Yeah.
not actively thinking, stuff like that. Okay,
Yeah.
so the next thing is round. So we're almost done with the defense side. Round 10
Okay.
starts B. There's 3 more specific rounds. Starts B. Good
Mhm.
comms. Here's 2 and says 2. So we started B. Good comms. Here's 2 and says 2A.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you meant
Oh yeah, I
2.
messed that up. Yeah, I meant to be. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you meant to B main, but then
B main. Yeah.
I think I
I
wrote
think
that.
corrected myself.
No. I think you did say to B, but I
Yeah.
wrote down A by accident. So just don't mind that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
cuts noise. So they cut noise. Remember that round? And then you
Yeah.
saw
They kind
3
of.
again, where they kind of
Yeah.
like
I remember
slow
I
walked
jump
it.
peeked it, and
Yeah,
then I saw.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That round where you kind of jiggled it, and they were like one guy had
Yeah.
his gun like this,
Yeah.
one guy was in the window,
Yeah.
and the chamber was throwing his TP
Yeah.
here for some
Here.
fucking reason.
I
You
think that
saw
was a
him, right?
round where I got the ace. I think with the nice.
Yeah, it could be.
Was it that
I
one?
didn't really.
Yeah.
I'm not. No. That's not the round. I wrote down the
Oh, okay.
round where you got
Okay.
an ace, so that was not the round.
Oh,
But
okay. Okay. Okay.
um,
Okay.
oh no, it is the round. Yeah. I wrote it down. So
Yeah,
then
because I
cuts
think I remember
noise
it.
and sees 3
Yeah.
main again and tells team. So that's the pro part of the round
Yeah.
where you heard 2. You tell them a specific
Yeah.
detailed comm. I hear 2. Also, when they cut noise, you should probably just tell them, guys, they cut noise. Obviously they
Yeah.
came back, and then you told them that's
Right.
fine. But at the higher
Yeah.
levels, they would have also mentioned that they're
They
quiet.
cut.
Okay,
They're
so
quiet.
it's
Yeah.
just like a
Yeah.
little bit more of an information thing.
Yeah.
And
More
then you,
specific.
yep, and then you wrote and then I wrote gets 3 good kills, bomb is down. Also, I wrote you need to tell the team the bomb is down. Okay,
Right.
that's the most
Oh yeah.
crucial piece of information because if
Mhm.
you don't tell them that, the anchor will just automatically anchor forever, right? You
Yeah.
need to tell them
Right.
bomb down, they'll play accordingly. Obviously, this is gold lobby, but I'm trying to set you up for ascendant diamond lobbies where you need
Yeah.
to tell
Yeah.
them these things, or this guy is not gonna know unless he saw the vision cone and saw the bomb on the
Right.
minimap. And a lot
Yeah.
of the times they're not. Sometimes
Yeah.
they
They're
are,
probably
but
not looking at many
right,
map, right?
right. So he's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
focused, holding an angle, whatever it may be, or on his cam, right? So if he's playing cyber, so
Yeah.
tell him bomb down, and they'll automatically play accordingly. They don't even need to look at the minimap when you say bomb down. They will
Yeah.
know
And they
where
can
it
all
is.
just run to me, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you got a nice ace, bro. Those shots were clean.
Yeah.
Again, right
Mhm.
off that, I knew it's not your aim. You're better than these kids. Okay, like
Yeah.
you said, it's your mental, your game sense,
Mhm.
map awareness, knowing common corners, common angles, and off angles and
Mhm.
stuff like entry angle points, stuff like that. We'll go through that on attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the next thing is round 11. Starts A with Yoru flash, dies, at least gives good comms, tells his team to play together 2v1 situation. So that was pretty much the only pro you had in this round where you played with the Yoru, he flashed, a little bit unfortunate, you died. I think this is where this
Yeah.
guy killed you. He just
Yeah.
one tapped you, he swung and one tapped you.
Yeah.
Again, like we gotta be deleting this guy when he swings like that, okay?
Yeah.
I think you're
But
holding
it's
the
like
angle
it
too
happens a
tight.
lot where I'm holding it
Yeah.
and
So
they swing, I'm dead.
yeah,
You know?
so I'll and I kind of know why is you're holding too tight. Okay, there's two real
Okay.
two corner like angle holds in this game. Okay, there's a
Yeah.
tight angle and a wide
Yeah.
angle. Right? Do you know
Right.
about that?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
one's for like jigglers or
Right,
like
right, and
people that
walking
jump
out,
big, right?
and
Yeah,
walking out, and
right.
the other one's for wide swing.
Walking out
So
stuff.
you're
Yeah.
opting. You're kind of like my other student. He was doing the reverse. When he thinks the guy's wide swinging, he would go close, and when he thinks he's walking
Yeah.
out, he would go wide. So you gotta
Right.
reverse it. When you know in these spots, these guys aren't gonna walk out like this. Okay?
Yeah, yeah,
Do
yeah.
do attackers go like this when they clear this corner?
No,
No, they
no.
come wide. They will come wide to
Yeah.
clear this, and then they come wide again to clear this. So they have
Yeah.
an angle advantage on him. They're not gonna just round the corner on this guy. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
reverse it.
Mhm.
I think
Right.
overall your angle holding is decent. It's just reverse it. So if you think he's
Right.
gonna walk, there's no noise, you go close. If
Yeah.
there's noise, like you know he's gonna swing you, you go
Mhm.
wide. You would have one tapped it, but you had to readjust,
Right.
and he one tapped you. Okay, that round
Right.
wasn't too much. It was a little bit unlucky, but just that was probably your main con there, is just understanding which type of hold to use.
Like would this guy like jiggle that or nah? I mean,
Um,
it's like a lower chance, right? Because
I'm,
most likely they're gonna swing wide, right?
yeah, at my levels, especially when his team is behind him,
Yeah.
he's not gonna
Yeah.
just slow walk out there. He's swinging
Yeah,
because
yeah.
his team needs to come behind him, because they
Yeah,
want to make sure
yeah.
this off angle is clear, and then they have to clear this walk up corner at the start of the round.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's that. And then you made a good comment, just said uh, just chill, right? Play together, which
Yeah.
that's the game sense. You understand that they just have
Yeah.
to play together. That's it. They don't need to
Yeah.
throw.
Because
Wait,
it's 2v1, right? So
right,
you can just play
exactly.
for
It's
like
just
trade,
common
right?
sense, right? It's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've given this example a couple times in the last couple days with my students. It's like think about a fist fight. If it's a 1v2 fist
Yeah.
fight, like bro, like
Yeah.
right? If it's 2v2, a little bit different story. Or like
Yeah.
2v1, you already know.
Yeah.
Let's fight this guy together. This guy's
Yeah,
getting
that's right.
fucked
Yeah,
up,
exactly.
right? If it's
Yeah,
2v2, okay, we're gonna have to do
exactly.
something a little bit different. But right, it's like you
Yeah.
playing together. It's like that same example. So,
Right.
uh,
That's a good example, to be
yeah,
honest.
right.
Yeah.
It is. So it's like you
Yeah.
gotta be together, right? And I use that example with other scenarios too, not just like playing together.
Yeah.
And they start to understand it, right? I'm like,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're swinging into people, like if you're gonna fight two people, like does that make sense? No, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
run away. Like your chances of getting fucked up is high,
yeah.
right? But that's a different scenario. It
You
doesn't
know,
really
like,
apply to you.
isolate 1v1s, right?
Yeah, and it's just the risk, like, cause I had a
Yeah.
student that had a problem. He's just swinging into four people, and I
Oh,
tried to
yeah,
explain
yeah.
him to him that like, bro, you're
Yeah.
never gonna take a fight with three people, bro, unless you're
Yeah.
trained to, like an MMA fighter. Okay,
Yeah.
different story, but an average person is not gonna. It's like
Yeah.
a flight or fight, right? Like you're just gonna run
Yeah.
away. You're gonna leave. You're gonna walk away. You're gonna be like, fuck
Exactly.
that. Your risk is too
Yeah.
high to get fucked up. But if it's 1v1, different story. You're gonna try to
Yeah.
man up, whatever. But that's a different story. It doesn't really relate to you. Related to my
Yeah.
other things. Okay, so
Okay.
this is the last one for defense. So round 12.
Mhm.
I just wrote. It was very simple, not much to it. Good angle clearing and mid anchoring. A good angle clearing mid slash anchoring. So I didn't write which site. You could watch it in the VOD.
Yeah.
You anchored well. You identified they could come back, and you're clearing mid up as well, really well
Yeah.
in terms of you're not just running out like this. You're kind of
Yeah.
slicing the pie or jiggling it or jump
Yeah.
peeking it, whatever it may be. Okay. Okay, so that's that for attack. Sorry, defense. So now we're on attack. Okay, this is where it really, really, really fell apart, right? It was what was the score? It was 7-5. Okay,
Yeah,
you guys got
5-7? Yeah.
no. It was 7-5 for
Seven-
you
oh,
guys.
7-5. Oh, yeah, yeah.
For
they
you
were winning,
guys,
yeah,
you guys
I
were
see.
winning at this point.
Yeah.
It looked like they were gonna tie it up, but then they tied it up on this
I kind of just
round.
ran away with it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, round 13 starts A, tells us
They started op crutching, I remember.
yeah, later on. But let's just stick with this
Mhm.
first round. So starts A,
Yeah.
tells us Yoru to flash in. which was really good. I really like that you like to play with these utilities, and it's because you
Yeah.
understand it. You've seen it in the diamond
Because
lobbies where they
yeah,
do it.
so that it makes my entries easier. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
So you
Because if
understand
Yoru
that.
flashes for me, I can dash in
Right,
then,
right,
right?
right, right. But even
Yeah.
even so, you don't even need a Yoru. Okay, I'm gonna get you to a level
Mhm.
where you can just entry sites by yourself. You don't even need a Yoru flash.
Right.
Okay, but
Yeah.
let's just stay on this round. So good kill on site. You got a kill here somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. You
Yeah.
can refer to the VOD. And then I
Yeah.
wrote good comms after he dies. Tells his team. You told her. I should wrote some. I should wrote what you said. I
Yeah.
can't
Two
remember.
backside. I said two
Yes, yeah.
backside, one
Oh yeah,
heaven.
because you
Because I
died
dashed on
here.
top of the
Right,
box.
right, right,
Yeah.
right. And you died
Yeah.
here, and then
Mhm.
I wrote
And
his
secret.
team
Yeah.
throws the round. Like it was a
Yeah,
4v2.
exactly. There was
Like
yeah, it was a 4v2,
right,
and I heard Chamber and Cypher in security. So I
right.
told them that they're both there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're all just single swinging
Right,
and
right.
giving them free picks, you know?
Also, I actually can't
Crazy.
remember if you updraft dashed on this round. I don't think it was actually. It was
No, I don't
another.
think it was this
No,
round.
no, no, it
It
was
wasn't
another
this
round.
round.
But I
Yeah.
absolutely hate that. Okay, I told another
Okay.
student on this same map,
Yeah.
and he was
You don't
playing
want to do
Jet.
that?
No, not on this site. This isn't a site. I
Yeah.
explained to him too. I'll send you the VOD if you want. But this isn't a
Yeah.
site where you're updrafting, dashing on this site. Okay, B is the site to
Usually,
do it.
if I
This
oh
isn't.
okay,
This
because
isn't the
usually
site.
if I have a Sova, right,
Yeah,
I usually tell him to dart back right, and then I can do the
yeah, yeah.
dash on top of the box. You know what I
Even
mean?
then
So I can clear back side.
it's still not that great because these guys you're
Yeah.
a lot of the times you're gonna die. They're gonna be ready for you, especially at the higher levels. And
Yeah.
your low
Yeah.
level lobbies might work, but
Mhm.
at the higher levels it's not optimal. Okay, you can clear this
So like
whole site without
yeah.
updraft dashing. Okay, I'd rather you just
Right.
throw
It's like
smoke here and dash here, or
yeah,
throw
right
smoke
here.
over
Okay.
here and then throw over smoke here and then dash there. But so
So
I
is
expl
this like over here? Is this like this is a more common spot to just dash like right here, right?
yeah over
Cause
there.
like usually I would like dash here and then I would start clearing my left. Cause like heaven would be smoked,
Right,
right?
right. So I
So
can
whenever I dash here, I look left, you know, to
yeah,
clear this right
I
here.
can briefly show you, okay, how to clear the
Yeah.
site as an entry,
Right.
okay? So you would,
Right.
I would show you from all the way from main. So you guys would
Okay.
peek this off angle where he's holding with an
Mhm.
op or whatever, like as a team,
Right.
not by yourself, and then you would come wide, right? One guy would
Yeah.
hold it just in case someone walks out, right? You're with your team,
Right.
5 people. You guys would clear this actively. You guys would
Yeah.
clear bridge first because that's the first point where they can see you come out of main,
Yeah.
right? They can't
Yeah.
see you from over here. They can see you from bridge. So you would
Bridge is
look
the first
bridge.
thing.
You get one of your team to look bridge. You know, one
Yeah.
guy's here, right? One guy's holding this. Maybe
Yeah.
3 of you guys walk up, and then you guys start. One guy starts holding this, and then 2 of the entries or whatever, whoever it is, it doesn't really matter. It's more about the clearing right now. Okay,
Yeah.
you would, and I explain this to my students, is the first section of any site you can think of, name me a site, it's always the most fucked up angles, okay?
Yeah.
You always need to clear here, okay? So
Yeah, I had an issue
so
where the
yeah,
right side, I would dash in, but sometimes I'd
yeah, and
die
then
without
there,
clearing the right
right,
side, you
right.
know?
So let's just get through it.
Yeah.
So remember, one guy's holding this, one guy's holding this, so there's 2 guys in main, there's 3 of you walking up. So you would, the first guy would clear this angle, maybe the second guy would be even here, like kind of holding heaven or whatever. You guys would go up together, right? And then you guys would actively, so clear this, like even spam it. Obviously in a perfect world this is going to be smoke when you guys are going on site. They're not going to never smoke
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
pretend heaven and spawn is smoke, so it's a perfect
Yeah.
world. So we cleared main, and then we're clearing the first section of the map, the site where we cleared the close right, and then we cleared close left. There's a smoke, spawn smoke.
Yeah.
Now we work towards the second section of the map, which is close to or is backside. So areas like this, right? You know this is a common spot people play, right? You know
Yeah.
this is a common spot that people play, right? And that's why
Yeah.
you have your teammates, the 2 guys holding it, so they can't just swing you guys clearing these corners. So again,
Yeah.
so they're holding it. You clear this. You guys clear the first section. This is smoke. Perfect
Yeah.
world. Spawn is smoked. Then you guys, you know, obviously one guy would go bridge, one guy would go here, or you double swing together. But most of the time they like to go separately because, right, if you guys double swing this and he hears you from bridge, you know, he's gonna kind of
Yeah.
go ring around the
He's
rosy,
gonna be
kill this
ready.
guy maybe,
Yeah.
and then come kill the planner. So, you know, that's kind of why people like to split up when it's like a fucked up site like this. So then
Yeah.
we clear the first section of the site. Obviously it's still smoked. It's perfect world. We clear this, and then we're still on the second section, which is backside, right? You know how hard this
Here.
section is when they're good players.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Valorant, the maps are very squarish, boxy, where you need a hard clear things. It's not where I'm
Yeah.
here and I can see this guy backside and just kill him and fight him.
Yeah.
We both need to literally come out. So once we clear the
Yeah.
second section of the map, you know, even you can clear up here, you know, in the higher levels. But once we clear
Yeah.
the second section of the site, we
Mhm.
work our way towards the third section, which would be security or heaven. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's how you would clear A. You would not even need to updraft dash, but you did. So
Right.
you know, you could also do this too, where you dash, you look left, and you immediately look on both sides. Where you know,
Yeah.
obviously you're gonna throw your smoke, and your team's gonna come out with you, but
When you're dashing into that smoke, like, do you look right or left, or do you look both
you
ways?
have to look both. So look how I do it.
Both ways. Yeah.
Right? And then there'll be a
I see.
question mark. You can see, okay, he's close.
Mhm.
Your
Yeah.
team will automatically know if they're there once you do that because the
Yeah.
question mark will show your
The question
vision
mark
cone
Yeah.
saw the enemy, so they will play
Yeah.
accordingly. Because a lot of the times they're looking at the mini map when you're about to entry.
Yeah.
They're not looking at sight, like
Yeah.
maybe unless they're the guys that holding. But you just go like this really quickly, and then you'll
Yeah.
see, and then
Okay.
you'll see them too. You could even come out the smoke and start killing them. But okay, so
Yeah.
let's just kind of move on that point. We'll get through it when we come to the
Yeah.
updraft dash round. But
Okay.
yeah, overall, I think this round was probably your best entry round. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of went first. You cleared the site a little bit, not fully. You need to clear those first angles here, here, here. You know, even here, obviously perfect roll that smoke, and then make your way
Yeah.
towards the second section of the map, which is here, back site, and then you
Mm-hmm.
scaled the third section, right? But you died,
Yeah.
and then your team
Yeah.
throwed. It's like nothing you can really do. Okay, so
Yeah.
round 14, as soon as his teammates tell him Cypher B, he should have told his teammate to leave to go A. As soon as his teammate tell him Cypher B. Oh, so yeah, so you were attacking. I remember this round.
Mhm.
Oh wait, I sure wrote down where you started. Good kill.
I started like in to your right, to your right. I started like to your right.
So
Yeah,
you
like
guys
here.
were
I
like
started
here, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
it
And then there
became
was a
it was a
clove that swung us, no?
yeah, so it
Wait,
was
was it that one?
it was a 3v3 because the Yoru killed the Sky, and you
Yeah.
were dead. So this is more about communication than your play, but they ended up just like they called Cypher B and the Sky was mid. So when this guy walks down mid, I can automatically assume that they're leaning towards B. This guy walked down because they know nobody's A. Okay, they're leaning towards this way. They know
Yeah.
you guys are B
Yeah.
mate. So we need to identify this information, especially when they call Cypher. It's like, oh fuck, okay. And then when the Euro starts fighting this guy here, you need to immediately tell these guys, stop, go A right now, okay? That's a little bit on
Yeah.
you, okay? I know you're dead and all and stuff, but you have all the information. They even
People
actively
are gonna be like backseater, you know what I'm
no,
saying?
no,
Like
it
people
doesn't
are gonna
matter.
be
At
like
these
backseating
levels,
and
it
stuff.
doesn't matter. At the higher levels,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
but these levels,
hmm
like I said, you need to lead your team. Okay,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
an elo
yeah,
where if you want to climb, you really gotta IGL. Okay, especially you
yeah,
know maybe around the diamond low ascendant, you don't need to IGL as much. People kind of know, but once you get to
yeah,
immortal, you need to start IGLing a lot as well. So there's a
yeah,
threshold where you need to IGL and then you stop IGLing and you need to IGL a lot. Okay, that's my opinion.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
you need to automatically tell them, guys, leave right now, go A, it's free. You could even just
yeah,
tell them it's probably free, probably max one. So they would have left and
yeah.
likely had a free site because there was two on B or one on B and one mid,
That one was
and
mid, right? Yeah,
and there was like a
so
3v3 and it kind of got fucked because Yoru was killing this guy and then they were already on site and then the Cypher killed both of them with a sheriff, which is kind of bad. But
right.
okay, so
Yeah.
next round 15, doesn't entry main and updraft dashes on site on A doesn't take could take a much better approach. So this is that round. We kind of touched on it. I'm not gonna go
Yeah.
too into detail because I kind of showed you how to clear the site. Okay,
Yeah.
don't
I think
ever.
Sova's dart scanned 2 at the back, and oh,
Sure.
I see what happened. Cause Sova's dart, basically what happened was, I think I tunneled. So Sova's dart scanned scanned 2
Yeah.
people backside, right?
Sure.
So I dashed up top to like hurry up and go kill them, right?
Right.
Before
But
they hop off the side.
even then, it's not an optimal play. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't care if
Yeah,
you saw
yeah, yeah.
3 there. Why? Even if
Yeah.
there's 3 there, why is this a good play? You're instantly dead. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm just trying to
yeah.
help you understand that it's kind of a bad play. Like it's pretty bad. Like, and I showed up my
Yeah.
other student too, because he was doing the same thing. He would do it like this. He would
Blocking
smoke
sight.
like this. He would smoke
Yeah.
here and then do it. I'm like, bro, what do you do? And he
Yeah.
died. He came up here in the clove. There was a clove here, and he just
Yeah.
waited for him and just shot him in the head. Okay, don't do
Yeah.
this play. It might work at the lower levels, but I'm trying to set you up for the higher levels. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah,
trying to train you
and
to be a
makes
higher
sense.
level player. So we gotta think like a
Yeah.
higher level player. If anything, you're actually giving them the advantage. Obviously, yeah, you have the high ground, but you don't know they're there. That's the problem. When they're there, okay, they know you're up there. They're gonna call his team that you're there, and this guy Heaven, there's always got one guy Heaven. He's gonna kill you if the smoke dissipates or whatever. Makes a risky play, jumps down, and you're just looking back and he kills you. Okay, stuff like that, or
Yeah.
utility, you get pinged up there, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So don't updraft dash on this site. You can do it on B. It's fine. B is fine. I'll show you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
B-
I do that. Be
and,
like.
and it's all
Yeah.
site dependent. Okay, where you can updraft
Yeah.
dash, but that's why the pros will do it here because it makes sense because
Yeah.
this is smoke. They'll smoke here or something. Use some type of utility where this guy is not here, and then they'll start clearing this much easier where his team is behind them. But A is different because there's so many fucked up corners in the first section of the
Yeah.
map versus B. B is there aren't many
They have to
fuck
be clear.
right
Yeah.
on B. I'll show you quickly on pink. The really fucked up spots on the first section of the map on B is really only here or
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
here or
yeah.
in here. That's
Yeah.
really, and that's not even the back first section. That's this ping. The third one is really the second section, which is back sight. So what I'm trying to say is like, yeah, like this section is fucked because if you just go like this, sorry, like this, okay, or the
Yeah.
updraft dash up there, this guy will just fucking spam the smoke or kill you. And there's usually at the higher levels, there's two people here, one guy playing here, or like one guy playing up here, or like one guy here, or one guy back sight. Okay, and you're just gonna get traded. You're gonna die.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we gotta just not do these kind of weird plays. We gotta kind of know, and this comes with map knowledge. It's not and game sense. Like
For me, sort of, it's like I did that play in order to like, because in my brain I'm like, okay, if I go in first and stuff like that, right? I can
Mhm.
obviously create a diversion for my teammates, right? Because
right,
obviously they have to kill me now, right? So my teammates can enter the site because I'm trying to take
Right,
space,
but
and so that we can execute, right?
you're a duelist. Your goal isn't
Yeah.
really to die. Like you're not going in to die. Your goal is to go and clear the hard corners. Okay, I tell all my duelist players this. Your job, your role is to go clear the site for your team for it to be safe. You getting kills is a plus, but we don't go into
Yeah.
site thinking we're gonna die. Okay, we go in site knowing that we're gonna clear all these common off angles or common entry angles
Right.
where they're gonna be, and then we
Yeah.
can safely get my team on the site so they can have a post plant setup where we're gonna more likely win the round. Okay, so that's
Right.
your role, and I explain it like this where it's easy to
Yeah.
understand. Okay, think about an arrow. There's the point,
Mhm.
the wood, the stick, and the
Yeah.
feathers, right?
Yeah.
The duelist is not the feathers, right? The feathers help it go faster,
Yeah.
the trajectory, it spins, it goes farther, whatever.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
wood is the support as well. It's a part of the feathers. But
The arrow is the duelist, right?
the
Yeah.
duelist is the point, okay? And
Or the point,
this is
yeah.
such a good example that I reuse on every coaching session where the duelist is the point of attack. Okay, you're the one to go in and strike. Okay, so
Yeah.
and make sure your supports are kind of behind you, right?
Like trying to look for like first bloods, basically, right?
Not first bloods, bro. You're clearing corners
Yeah,
where they're
clearing
gonna be,
corners,
where
yeah.
it makes it
Yeah.
safe. Because if you just entry, okay, like this, you're dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
your
you're
whole
dead,
team is dead. This guy, a good player,
Yeah.
isn't gonna kill the first. Just shoot at the first guy. He's gonna
He's
wait.
gonna trigger discipline.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's gonna trigger discipline. Just
Yeah.
wait. Just murder 3 people. He's done more than his job.
Yeah.
He only needs to really get 1.
Yeah.
Really, 2 is a bonus.
Mhm.
3 is like he's won the round for his team. So your
Yeah.
job is to make sure people are not there where they're gonna do
Yeah.
those type of
Where
plays.
they can do this,
And that's
yeah,
why it's
I
called
see.
a duelist. It's more, they call it duelist because that's what Valorant calls it, but
Yeah.
it's actually the entry role, right? This is from Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
All these roles
Yeah.
in Valorant came from Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
like, yeah.
understand
Okay.
that you're an entry. You're the first one to go in entry and clear these
Yeah.
hard angles, and your team is gonna be there to back you up. Obviously, you're in the lower levels where they're
Yeah.
not gonna trade you as well, stuff like
A
that.
lot
They're
of the
brain dead.
time, they don't push out with you. You know, like it happens
Right,
a lot.
but
like,
don't worry about that, bro. Like just
yeah, 'cause
focus
you
on
have to worry
yourself.
about yourself, right? Yeah,
Just
yeah.
worry about yourself. I could really care less
Yeah.
if your elo doesn't trade you or not. Okay, if you're doing it
Yeah.
properly, once you get to the higher
Mhm.
levels, they're gonna do it properly with you. So they're gonna
Yeah.
have your back. Okay, that's all I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to train you to be a
Right.
high level player, not just
Yeah.
a bum. And I'm not saying you're a bum. I'm just saying a lot
Right.
of people think that way, where they're like, oh man, but these guys are gonna follow me. It's like, yeah, obviously, but how are you ever gonna be a high level player if you
But you
cannot
still
do
have to practice the right ways of doing
exactly
things,
if you cannot do a high level optimal way of clearing site? Okay, stuff like that.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so next thing will be, and we kind of touched on it. We went deep on it. I showed you kind of how to clear the site, right? So now you know, right, from the get go, right? We clear this off angle. We come wide, clear this, right? We clear the first section, which is right here, and obviously that comes with map knowledge. You need to identify where the first section of the map is. Every map is different, but something I realized through coaching was almost every site there's a first, second, and third section. The first section is always the most fucked up angles, and I can tell
Right.
you any site. Okay, like Haven on B. Like, how do you go on Haven on B? You need really 2, 3 people to go on site because the
Yeah.
right, left corner, even the close left on top of the, where Omen likes to TP or Jet likes to go up, right? Like, that's such a fucked up angle to clear. I can give you another example, like C on Haven. Like, there's a close left, there's a close
Yeah.
right behind that green box, right? And then there's
Yeah.
logs where they're
Yeah.
holding you,
Yeah.
platform, like, right? Like, so any site, you
Yeah.
can name me any site. There's always a first, second, and third section. Okay.
So the first section of the site, the duelist has to clear it, right? 100%,
Um,
right?
obviously, this kind of you can do it
Like,
with
let's
it.
say you had a Sova drone or something
Yeah.
like that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, well, he would kind of clear it
Some
the
kind
same
of
way,
utility.
right? He would clear right,
Yeah.
clear left. So he,
Yeah.
so like, and I'm trying to tell you is that it doesn't matter if you're a duelist, a Reyna, doesn't matter. This skill goes to anybody. Okay, you're gonna be
Yeah.
playing Cypher sometimes where you need to know how to clear the site. Just because you're Cypher
Yeah.
doesn't mean you run out like this. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just for duelist. This is a game sense map
yeah.
awareness thing where it applies to all your agents, all your roles, whoever's
Yeah.
playing. Okay, it's
The thing
not
is,
just for
I
duelists.
see what happened with me. Like, the thing is, when I used to duo with my old duo,
Right.
he would play initiator, I would play duelist, right? So this is how I climbed to D2, right? So if I'm playing Jet, he's like probably playing Sova, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he will like clear the first part of site for me
Yeah.
to where I can just dash in
Yeah, but
and then start like
so
fragging out, right?
so that kind of tells me you're getting complacent. Just because you had a duo that
Right.
got you to D2 and he would clear the first section of the map for you, which you're not gonna
Yeah.
get in solo queue. Okay, I'm a solo queue
Yeah,
player
yeah,
these
yeah.
days. In the beginning,
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
a duo too, but all my friends stopped
yeah.
playing this game. But I'm a
Yeah.
fucking solo queue player. That means that I have to do the job by myself. Okay, because I
Right.
know I cannot
Yeah.
rely on random people. If he's my boy, it's
No, no.
different story. So you're getting
Yeah.
complacent. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We need to
Okay.
really actively become a solo player in terms of,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
I need to rely on myself to really win the rounds, and that's what good players
Yeah.
do. Look at Radiant players. Do you think they rely on other people? No, they know that they can carry because they're so confident. They've experienced so much games. They know what to do. They
Yeah.
study. They know map awareness, stuff like that. Okay,
Yeah.
so don't use that as an excuse, because to me it sounds like an excuse, and I'm not trying to
Right.
repeat it where
Right, right,
I'm
right.
trying to
Yeah,
talk down
yeah.
on you, but this is how you're saying it. You're like, you know what, I had a duo 2 years ago and he would just clear the first section for me so I don't have to do it. It's like, bro, like, who, I don't care, right? It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
need
yeah.
to know how to do this is my point.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
your role. Okay, I understand if you're on a team they're gonna use utility to do that, but right now you're not on a team. You're not even close
Yeah.
enough to be on like an ascendant team, right? Or like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
mortal
yeah.
team, and I'm being brutally honest, because they would not
Yeah.
pick you up if you can't even clear first section of the map. They're gonna be like, bro, this
Yeah.
guy's useless. Because especially in a team atmosphere, I'm not saying you,
Yeah.
the person that can't clear first section, in a team
Yeah.
atmosphere, they pick up players that bring value to the team. They're not gonna pick up a player that's selfish, okay? And that's a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
the case. That's happened with me too. 2 years ago in my prime, where I wouldn't get picked up because I didn't bring enough value. I didn't actually
Yeah.
know
Like
these
like a
map
team
knowledge and
player,
stuff.
right?
Right,
Yeah.
and doesn't matter. Whether you're tens, demon one, doesn't matter. You still need. Obviously, they have sick aim, but that's why
Yeah.
Ten started playing control near the end. He understands he needs to
Yeah.
do something else rather than just killing people. He can't do it all the time anymore because
Yeah.
players are getting better. He had a huge edge when the
Yeah.
game came out, but it went away
Right.
because he's capped. He's at the best. He's at the pinnacle, and people
Yeah.
start catching up. And you see that in
Yeah.
every video
Skill
game.
gap increases, right? Yeah, yeah.
And it's in every video game. When the game comes
Yeah,
out,
every
there's
video
few
game.
people that are god tier, and then
Yeah.
3 years later, they're just washed because people have gotten to their level. Okay, so
Yeah.
so again with the mental stuff. Don't use these
Yeah.
knick-knack excuses. Okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
need to
yeah.
know how to do this. First section, clear it. Perfect world. The smoke,
Right.
smoke. Okay, off to the second section. Make sure you're clearing backside with your team where he's able to trade you. If you want to scale into site, spawn. You're more than welcome to after you've cleared the first, second section. Obviously, there's
Yeah.
risk with going spawn, and you understand that. People are, but it is the easier kills where people will be unaware that you're already there, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But
You catch some lurking, right?
exactly,
Yeah.
you can catch them lacking, knife out, running towards security. But there's risks there too, where they will be ready for retake a lot of times at the higher level. In your level, no, they won't be. But
Yeah.
at the higher level, they're gonna be positioned here ready for you. So there is risk there too.
Yeah.
But that's another story. Okay. So the next thing is round 16, jump peek for information mid, sees Reyna mid with op, needs to identify rotation. He dies and I wrote saying good comms, one heaven, one link. So let me just read this again. Jump peaks for mid. It was right here. I remember this. Remember when
Yeah, that's when I tried to fight the op.
you
Yeah, I probably
peeked the
shouldn't have done
op,
that. I
you
realized that. Yeah,
picked, and you said it too. You'll see it in the VOD. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure you did, but you peeked the op. He whiffed on you, and you still went for it again, bro.
yeah. I know.
Like,
That's just like getting greedy. I know. I know.
yeah, and that's
It's
the
like
greed.
asking to die. It's like giving him
I
a second
mean,
chance.
it's
Yeah,
just at like think about it this way. It didn't even work in this lobby in this gold lobby.
yeah,
Do you think it's gonna
yeah.
work in the higher levels? Not even a chance. You
Nah.
would have died on this first bullet, obviously, but there are times they whiff
Yeah,
too. So you need to be patient here. Just wait and just call a rotation. Just leave because they kind of knew you guys were all mid, and I'm pretty sure
yeah.
there was like 3 of you mid or something. So it's
Mhm.
better to just call a rotation after you die as well because you there was information. I didn't exactly write what the information was, but you can watch the VOD. There was some information showing that they were, I forgot which side, but what did I write? Yeah, and then you wrote, and then they went B, right?
Yeah,
You just gotta
yeah.
tell them to dip, right? I can't remember exactly which site, but you should tell them to just rotate from mid
Mhm.
at least from mid, leave mid, and then you told them one heaven, one link. Okay, so those were
Yeah,
the good comms. You're telling them, you're
yeah,
feeding them small information that's gonna help them win the round, right?
yeah.
Okay, so the next that was like a smaller round, but it's just a discipline thing. Okay, just don't repeat this
Mhm.
guy. You know he's holding you. Don't ego swing him,
Yeah,
whatever. Or
yeah.
even if you're gonna re-swing him, come from a different angle and swing him. Don't just come the same angle, because
Mhm.
at the lower level timings, when you peek and he misses, they automatically know you're gonna swing again. Okay, at the higher levels,
Yeah,
if I swung and he missed, I'll just wait here. I'll just wait until my team did
yeah,
something where he has to start running, and then I can kind of
yeah.
look. Okay, stuff like that.
I see.
Or even smoke. Throw a smoke down and
Like,
come
oh,
wide
okay.
out the smoke and try to fight him. Okay, but
So you're
at the
saying to like mess with his like anticipation, right?
right, because he just knows you're gonna
Okay.
re-swing, so he's just ready for you
Yeah.
here. And he was.
Okay.
He literally had his crosshair there. Right? Just maybe come up here, not updraft, but run up, walk up and come back
Yeah.
up, right? Or
Mhm.
just leave. Just smoke this and just dip. Just go across. Then
Yeah.
he'll think you're still there, right? They think very
Yeah.
simply, and then you can be with your team on base, stuff like that. And you would have been
Yeah.
alive, and you would have add value to the round, and maybe even one. I can't remember if you won the round. That's not important. What's important is this mistake. Don't repeat
Yeah.
them.
That's what I'm
Be
saying.
disciplined.
Yeah.
Don't ego people. Just
Mhm.
identify the situation. Okay, he's all ping mid. My chances of me
Yeah.
dying when I swing this is really high, like 90,
Yeah.
80%. So just dip, smoke it, leave, call a rotation, whatever it may be. It's all situational, obviously. It's just
Right.
more so that mid thing. Okay.
I understand the mistake. Yeah.
Yep. So the next thing is round 17. We're almost done. We got 5 more. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we'll be going in the range, and I'll be showing you a daily warm up routine slash exercise. Round
Right.
17. Understand must save here. So you guys were on attack, and you guys lost a
Yeah.
couple rounds in a row, and you said, and understand to save here, and then you started B whiffs and dies on eco. Could ask someone to come with him, or even be patient and wait. So you were here. I kinda remember this round. You can refer back to the
It
VOD.
was it was with the sheriff and the close
Yeah,
one
yeah,
main,
yeah,
right?
and then
Yeah.
you just started
I
whiffing.
whiffed on her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You probably had a good chance to killing her if you just calm down, be patient,
Yeah.
don't panic, cause it looked like you panicked. You just went choo 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 choo,
Yeah.
right? Like just take your
Yeah.
time with it, micro adjust, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you need to be, whatever you need to do to calm down. But
Yeah.
you're just like boom boom boom, right? That's a common theme with a lot of my students. They just
Yeah.
panic in mid gunfights. But something you don't really do that often. You don't panic that
Yeah.
often. You know, you have
Yeah.
decent aim, good micro adjustments, right? But
Mhm.
again, your aim is not the issue. It's more so your discipline, mental, positioning, game sense,
Movement.
overall
Everything. Yeah.
information processing speed, stuff like that. Determining when to rotate, knowing why to rotate, deducting
Yeah.
where the players are, right? Valorant
What
is
about
such
like
a
the
complicated game.
mechanics? Like for example, like movement and stuff like that. Like, what do you think about movement?
I think
Like for my
overall, like
case.
me watching you jiggle slash slice the pie mid, it kind of just shows me enough I need to see about your movement. Like you kind of know how
Mhm.
the kind of basics, right? You know how to jiggle,
Yeah.
you know how to jump pick
Yeah.
probably. I didn't see you do it, but you probably know what it is. At
Yeah.
least if you
Yeah.
don't know, right? So right there, that I already knew you're kind of intermediate. You're not like a silver player or a gold player where I have to
Mhm.
explain what the hell is going on, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, you gotta come to the wall close and swing, slice the pie
Yeah.
is this, you know, the jump peak, right? You already know what those are, so that's why I kind of
Yeah.
had it in this format where, you know, you're
My
intermediate.
my own like biggest issue is probably just like
That zoning?
what do you call No, not as like, no, not in terms of mechanics. I'm talking about like game sense, as in
Okay.
like decision making. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just knowing what to do,
Right.
when to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that will come with time, and
Yeah.
that comes with playing the game more. Okay, obviously
Right.
that's a general thing, but that's a very like common thing. Low
Because
level
right
people
now I
don't do.
have 500 hours played.
Like
5
total,
something.
total.
Yeah, like in
Like
total. Yeah.
that's not enough, right? You need at
Yeah.
least like 2,000 hours to really develop your
Right.
game sense. Okay, you need to be playing
I
like
see.
5-6 hours a day. Obviously, you have
Yeah.
school. You know, it's different. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone has
Yeah.
different what times,
I was
what
gonna I
schedules.
started 10 months ago, right? So that's
Sure, sure.
550 hours. You know? Yeah.
Sure. But I'm just saying, like, you know, you need to really make mistakes and not
Yeah.
only just make a mistake and just not think about it. You gotta think deeply and be critical and actually.
Yeah.
And I can't, you know, I'm
I've
actually
seen
getting
a lot
kind
of
of.
people say to have like a death protocol where like where you die, you think about like how you
Yes,
died
so
and stuff, right?
that's what I was just about to say. Is like I get so
Yeah.
tired of me explaining this to students because it's such a
Yeah.
easy thing to pick up on. Okay, Radiant
Hmm.
players, go watch a Radiant stream like Egster, you know,
Yeah. Like
Shanks or
I've been watching Us recently, right?
right, or
Just
anybody. But my
yeah.
point is that if you watch them die, they're not just sitting there being
Mhm.
like, "Oh fuck, my team sucks." Okay, they're once they die,
Yeah.
especially Egster, he's going, "Fuck, man, I fucked up. I should have went here. I should have done this differently.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I should have done here. I should have been good for two, right?" And then he starts
Yeah.
visualizing these things in his head, like, "Fuck, man, like you know,
Yeah.
I fucked up royally." He takes accountability. It's all about taking
Yeah.
accountability, and in this
Yeah.
game, you must take accountability to improve. Okay, but
Hmm.
let's just move on from that point for now. Oh fuck yeah, it's just it stops. So
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
gotta
All
remake.
good.
I'll just make it I'll remake it real quick, and then we'll just finish these
Yeah.
last 4 points.
For sure.
We'll get in the range, and then I'll show you this routine real quick, and then we can
All right.
talk a little bit more there. But I just want to get through it because we're just kind of getting sidetracked. But sorry,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
this custom game is just I hate this thing. It always does this.
All good. All good. All good.
It always exits out if you're in the lobby for too long. I don't know why.
Mhm.
It's such a bad feature in Valorant. Just wait. So give me 1 second. Okay, so let's start it up. Okay, so the next thing is, so just going off that point, right? Just you know, we gotta work on these other parts of your game, which is just not aim. Okay, aim. I
Mhm.
told you before. It, it's
Let's go.
secondary to all of these categories like movement, positioning, um,
Right.
game sense, utility, comms, even comms. Okay, why?
Mhm.
Is because a player with 4 of these categories that are super strong with dog shit aim can still get just as many kills as a player with really good aim, and all of the other skills are dog shit or to the floor level. Okay,
Yeah.
your movement positioning helps you get more kills. Your game sense helps you get more
Hey,
kills.
the game's
Map
on
awareness
here.
helps you
This
get
is
more
great.
kills. Okay,
They
stuff
don't
like that.
stand a
Prediction,
chance.
anticipating rotation, and being proactive and setting yourself up where they just
My
run
ult's
into you.
ready.
Stuff like that. Okay, this game aim is
Yeah.
secondary. Everyone focuses on aim, but that's why they're stuck. Is because they don't work on anything else. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's just a little thing for you to kind of think about. Okay, the
Yeah.
next thing will be um, so that part was good though, and that point where you understand you must save, you understand the fundamentals of economy where
Economy. Yeah.
you know you have to save here. You can't force with 2k credits, or you guys are
Yeah.
gonna have to force again if you lose the round. You're gonna lose
Yeah.
3 rounds instead of 2. So that was a good
Yeah.
identification there, where you looked and you saw. Okay,
Yeah.
so you need to do more of those things. I didn't see enough of those
Yeah.
things. That's kind of like
Okay.
your basic fundamentals, game sense. You know, seeing how the
Mhm.
game is going, the flow of the game, stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next thing will be, so starts A, they trade 2v2 situation, and they don't have bomb. He's just AFK looking heaven. So I remember this round so clearly. You'll see it in the
Right.
VOD where I don't know what happened to this guy. I wasn't watching this guy, but the
Here.
bomb fell
Yeah.
here. He died with the bomb, and your whole team entered. And even in this round, you kind of baited. Like when you watch the VOD, you're not going in
Yeah.
first. You let your team go in
Yeah.
first. They're actively clearing first, second, third sections of the map, and you're just kind of here like AFK. I can't remember if you were here, but you were just looking at heaven, just AFK. And I looked, and you'll hear me in the VOD probably.
No, I don't think I was AFK. There's a
You're
chamber
AFK.
outside.
No, you whether he's over here and you heard him or not,
Yeah.
this is AFK. Okay, in my books.
Okay.
You're just here
Okay.
holding this. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Is my point. It's like,
Yeah.
be proactive. Do something else. You could have just scaled
Here.
backside, go spawn and push him
Yeah.
maybe. Or but my point is that you were here looking, staring heaven. when you could have
Yeah.
just ran
30
and got the
seconds
bomb
left.
way earlier. And this guy probably,
Yeah.
I don't know if the lurk killed this guy. I don't think it was. I think this guy came to lurk and he saw the bomb, so that's why he was stuck on the bomb. Cause he knows if you don't have bomb, he can just be on the bomb, and that's why you died. You try to go, you
Yeah.
guys try to go back for the bomb, and then
Mhm.
he killed the last guy. I don't remember if it was you or your teammate, but my point is that the bad play was here, where you're just AFKing your
Yeah.
brain, and then not being fast enough to get this bomb.
Like,
You
need to
probably
be proactive, right?
yeah, you probably had a timing where you could have got this bomb and made it a 2v2 and whatever, come back and kill this flank, whatever it may be. But you're just AFK. You'll see it in the VOD, like you're staring
Yeah.
heaven like this. I don't even think a guy
Yeah.
was jiggling you or anything. I don't know if you heard him. I didn't really
Yeah.
hear anybody,
I
but
heard him. I heard him.
sure,
Yeah, he
sure.
was.
Whether you heard him or not doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like you're just AFK is my point. You're just like
And then he did swing me. Like if you look back,
sure,
it was a chamber.
but
Yeah.
why are you holding this? You don't have the bomb, right? Even
Mhm.
if you had the
Yeah.
bomb down, why are you holding this? Go play post plant. That's my point. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
Right.
care if
I
this you
understand.
hurt him or not. It's just like bro, like do something else. Scale back site, maybe push spawn, lurk behind it, go get the bomb, sit a main post plant, right? Like don't just stand in the open. And I think that's what you do a little bit too much too. Is you're out in the open a lot. Okay, we gotta kind of play with our terrain.
Yeah.
You could have hold it like this. Okay, you could have
Yeah.
hold it like this. Headshot glitch. Could have hold it like maybe even from backside. Okay, where he
Yeah.
comes out, it's an off angle. Okay, obviously there's
Yeah.
threats from spawn. We don't know that, but you kind of get my point. Is don't stand in the
Yeah.
open and just hold it. You could have done anything else that's better. You could have held it from here. It's good too. Like use your terrain is what I'm trying to say. Okay,
Right.
and you'll learn that over time by playing more, understanding. You know, in Valorant, it's a lot of you know, I would say it's like 20%, 30% is a big chunk of someone's game is map knowledge and map awareness. How they like to swing from certain spots, how they come out on retake, how they like to entry sites, which angles are they clearing when they come out, which angles are they clearing when they come and play retake, stuff like that. Attack and defense's perspective. Okay, you gotta learn these things. Obviously, it doesn't take overnight to learn it. You gotta really watch pro play. You gotta watch VODs. You gotta watch pros play. You gotta watch streams, stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was just a bad thing here. Just holding this too long. Go get the bomb. Go
Alright.
wrap this guy, kill him. Then it's a 2v1. You guys can go get the bomb together, whatever it may be. We gotta
Yeah.
process information much better, because you'll see me in the stream. I even said something. I forgot what I said, but I'm like, bro, they don't have bomb, and they're just both. Not just you, your teammate too. Is just like, right? Like it's like you guys don't have bomb. Like
Yeah,
you guys need to
yeah.
actively go get the bomb.
Yeah.
Like you guys are gonna lose the round. I was like, what the hell's
I
going on?
know.
Right? You guys are kind of playing like bots. Okay, but the
Yeah.
next thing is round 19 starts A can ask for a Sova drone, especially when they start opping, and they have I've seen them op a lot. So you guys were going A. The Reyna was holding this with an op, and you got instantly deleted. Okay, just ask
Yeah.
for a piece of utility, because you know they're opping mid. Chamber has, I think it was
Yeah.
Chamber ult or something like that. Actually, he played
Yeah,
mid.
it was chamber.
Yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah,
chamber.
it was
He
Chamber.
got like 3.
Yeah, it was a Chamber
'Cause
ult.
they kept solo
But
swinging him.
but my point is not because it's like Chamber or Reyna, but you know that they're opping. So you know the better
Yeah.
players, they don't op one angle. Like you know, maybe in this elo where the Reyna will just sit mid every single round with an op. But at the higher levels,
Yeah.
once he kills somebody A main, or like for a couple rounds, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, he's been
Yeah.
murdering these guys. He's gonna switch it up because he can identify that they're gonna not go A
No,
anymore.
they're gonna-
It's
yeah,
too
exactly.
hard for them to
Yeah.
take. So he's gonna start taking this angle and going wide over here to throw them off, being unpredictable, right? And it's
Yeah.
also being like creative, right? I had a student where he was on defense and same map. It was like yesterday or 2 days ago. He was literally, I'm not joking. He would come
Yeah.
start here every round. Doesn't matter
I
what the
see.
hell's going. Even if a cipher set up, even if
Yeah.
the cipher went away, he would come here and just stay here. Okay, every single
Yeah.
round. He never went B. My point is
That's
that
one thing used to struggle with that, like back in like
Right.
when I was gold or plat.
yeah.
I used to struggle with that where I would just like not switch it up and
Yep.
stuff, but then I started switching things
Yep,
up.
and you do that well. Like you go through B and stuff, but that's not my
Yeah.
point. It's like we need to get creative and more creative where we're unpredictable. Okay, because
Right.
good players identify if a cipher plays this site every single round for the 5
Mhm.
rounds, they know that his tendency is not to. He's not gonna likely rotate. He likes to play B. He
Yeah.
might be a B
Yeah.
player only cipher. So good players identify this and be like, okay. He might be by
Mhm.
himself because you know he's a cipher is usually by himself on site. This one guy close
Yeah.
link, so we're gonna 5-man smash it or maybe run a fake stuff like that. So it's a
Mhm.
lot involved. Okay, so
Yeah.
just ask for a piece of utility. Be like Sova, and I know you weren't talking, they weren't listening, but at
Mhm.
least try. because he might have listened when
Yeah.
you go, because you know you guys are all trying to win the game. It's not like you're the only one trying to win the game. So just ask him,
Yeah.
hey, can you drone this corner? And a lot of the time at my games in the higher levels as well, I don't even have to ask him. This Sova would just be like, yo, I'm just gonna drone close. He might be
Yeah.
opping, and he'll automatically start clearing this. We all come behind him, so we can do our jobs because he's doing his job, right?
Yeah.
So that's that, okay? So this
Okay.
will be the last one. Yay. Starts B.
Okay.
After killing Clove, this you will definitely remember it, and it's on the VOD. Okay, this was
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know. I
you
know.
already know.
Oh,
You already know.
shit.
We're not gonna go too deep into it.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
common sense.
Yeah.
You had a
Yeah.
really nice shot on him, like a little jiggle,
Yeah.
like a like a tight
Yeah.
angle where you headshotted him. He was holding you, and you
Yeah.
just swung and killed him. Great shot. I like that crosshair placement, that pre-aim
Yeah.
type stuff. I like that. The
Mhm.
problem is the execution is horrible.
Yeah.
You killed
Yeah.
him. It's like your discipline. This kind of comes with
Mhm.
more your game sense, discipline,
Yeah.
and understanding utility.
Yeah.
Okay, you kill him. It's in the VOD. You
Yeah.
kill him. He you kind of like look away, and he ults, and you look back, and you come here, and your teammate even says, I remember hearing this. He's
Yeah.
like,
He said like, just
run
run. Yeah.
away. Like I can remember it in
Yeah.
slow motion. He's like,
I
run
know.
away, and you're just
I
like this
know.
doop doop doop. You're ready to fight him, bro. That's your ego
Yeah.
talking. You're like, I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
destroy this guy again. All
Yeah.
you had to do was just run.
I
Just start
know. I
running,
know. I know.
spawn,
I know. You
and
get
it's
it.
a
Yeah.
5v4. And you probably would have
Yeah.
won the round, but
Mhm.
actually I don't even remember if you guys won the round. That's not important. The important part is this action, this
Yeah.
sequence
This
here where you kill him.
Yeah.
He ults.
Mhm.
What I would do is
Just dip
if you have
it.
dash, just dash on him because you're
Yeah.
gonna kill him. He's
That's
not.
on him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dash on him because he's, you know, when he
Yeah.
walks down there and you don't
But
hear.
Hesman and those spots
No,
can
no,
still be a
but think
threat,
about
you
it
know,
this way:
'cause they
when you
might
kill
push.
him and he's
Yeah.
walked down, there's likely no one else
Yeah.
with him. If he were to be
Yeah.
with other people, you would have heard him already. Where there, you
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
multiple shots, or you know, the guy swinging
Mhm.
with him or whatever. But just
Yeah.
dash on him, take the risk because your team was kind of defaulting mid and kill him.
Yeah.
But that's even a secondary play. The first play is to just run. Okay.
Run, right?
In
Yeah.
this
Exactly.
scenario, there are scenarios where you cannot run, where you're stuck in a corner, post plant scenario where
Yeah.
he's swinging you. You gotta hold your ground. But in this scenario, just dip set, just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
He's dead. 5v4, and then play accordingly. Okay, they might think we're
Mhm.
B. Maybe we can rotate A. Okay, maybe we can run a fake double back, re-hit, whatever. You can kind of add all these little nooks and crannies. But yeah,
Yeah.
just dip. This is discipline, a little bit of ego, and bad decision
Mhm.
making. You know it's bad.
Yeah.
You know this is
Yeah.
terrible. Why am I gonna
Yeah.
even out the? It's not even evening out. It's not like if you die, he dies, and it's a 4v4. If you die to him, it's a 5v4 the other way instead of a 5v4
Yeah.
your way, right? So we
Yeah.
kind of have to identify these situations a little bit better. I'm not saying that you don't do it well. It's just you check
Yeah.
out, right? It's the mental thing. You checked out
Yeah.
whether you're
Yeah.
being apathetic, you don't care, or it's a little bit of an ego thing involved as well. A little bit of
Mhm.
lacking discipline, hardcore discipline. Okay, there's
Yeah.
disciplined players who just dip. Okay, they just dip.
Yeah.
All right, we're not gonna get too into it because it's pretty like straightforward on what to do. Just
Yeah.
run or dash on him, or if you don't have dash, run up on him if you can. If you can't, then run. Okay, you gotta make that
Uh-huh.
decision here. Like if he starts rounding
Yeah.
the corner and running away, you're not gonna have time to run at him. He's gonna have an angle advantage. So start running, just dip setting.
Mm-hmm.
But he was running at you. You could hear him, right? You came over here and started swinging. So that's that, okay, bro? That's all. Oh, so let me just
Yeah.
sum it all up. So I wrote some
Alright.
overall, just general notes as well. Okay, pros
Yeah.
and cons.
Right.
So I'll start with cons first. So comms way too quiet. Only really says something when they are near him. Has the info, as in like you see it on the mini
Yeah.
map or you hear the directional audio in your way where you start calling it out. Obviously, that's just no brainer. We all do that. But you need to
Yeah.
feed information when it's. And you did this a couple times. You did it twice or three times
Yeah.
where you saw across the map, which my other students don't do. You saw across
Yeah.
the map and you still called it out even though it's not your site. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, where you're like
Yeah.
3A and you're on B. Okay,
Yeah.
that's important because it helps
Yeah.
everyone get on the same page and it shows me that you understand
To make sure
awareness
that
a little
everyone
bit.
understands. You know?
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, and it shows to me that you understand what's going on too. When you say 3A, you know there's 3A. It's not like
Yeah.
you think there's 3B, right? My other students
Yeah.
don't do that at all. Like if they're playing B, they don't look at the minimap at A, and they don't know what
Right.
the fuck's going on until somebody tells them what's going on. So, you
Yeah.
do that really well, okay?
Right.
But we need to do it a little bit more often, where it's very consistent and it's at a high level. Okay, I would say your comms are like 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
okay. Right.
Okay, maybe a little bit higher, like 4.5. I'll give you a little bit
Okay.
more because you're detailed. Okay, a lot of people aren't
Okay.
detailed. Where I hear 2, I hear 3.
Yeah.
You know, I hear 1. Okay, I'm leaving you, bro. Okay, but I would like a little bit more of those better comms. Like, hey, I'm leaving you. Hey,
Yeah.
can you rotate to me? Hey, can we do this together? You do it, but it needs to be more
More
consistent
common, right?
and
Or
be a
yeah, more
leader with
frequent.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
like be a leader with it.
Okay.
You are. You know, you'd be like, hey, can you flash for me here?
Yeah.
But you're really
Yeah.
only saying those things when it's for you, right? Like, hey, flash
Yeah.
for
Like
me.
to set up myself, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need to set up your team. Like, hey, can you guys go down
Yeah.
mid maybe? Like, suggest it. Maybe not like, you know, pressure them to doing it, but suggest it. Hey, maybe can we take space on A guys? Like, they're not playing A main, right? Be a leader, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that kind of ties in with your game sense, overall map knowledge, understanding the information on the board, knowing what's going on. It's so much involved. Valorant is so complicated in terms of the mind
Right.
game. The aim game is super easy. All you have to do is work on your micro adjustments, flicking,
Yeah.
tracking, smoothness, and you're good. If you practice that
Yeah.
10 hours a day, your aim's gonna be God mode, right? But mental is different. We have to actively start dissecting our decision making, our mistakes, be critical, change our
Yeah.
way of thinking, not checking out. There's so much involved with the mental game, and that's not just Valorant. It's every single traditional sport, every single aspect of life. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And school as well, right? If you're shit
Yeah.
at school, like you gotta understand why you're bad and get better at the things that make you good, like studying and memorizing
Yeah.
notes and jotting notes down better, like, whatever
Yeah.
it may be. I was never really good at school, so I don't really know
Yeah.
what it takes to be good at
Yeah.
school. I
Yeah.
skipped a lot.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
went to classes. I failed a lot
I
of classes,
see.
stuff like that, etc., etc.
I feel that. I feel
Right?
that.
But
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
terms of gaming, my mental game was always so good because I was critical. I took accountability. You know, there were times obviously I
Yeah.
didn't too, where a big chunk of 3 months where I'm just stuck because I'm not taking accountability, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
once I started understanding taking
Make you realize
accountability,
it's you. You know, like
yes,
you're the
then
only
you
one that can
just
fix
bro,
yourself,
then you
right?
just
Yeah.
start excelling. Like exponential growth starts happening when you start thinking like that, okay? And that's something
Yeah.
people do not understand, right? They start blaming external factors. You gotta blame the internal factors. What is wrong with me? Okay?
Yeah.
So overall, comes to quiet, you need to just feed information more to your team, which you do. You have the potential to make it high level. That's where I'm happy, where it's not like you're just dog shit on the floor comms, not talking, not giving
Yeah.
information. It's there. It's just you need to work on it. It's a skill. Okay.
Yeah.
The next thing is you could be more of a leader. You know, I've said this so many times. It's, kind of
Yeah.
self-explanatory. Lead your team. You're the better player in the lobby. Believe that.
Right.
Be confident in yourself. Stuff like that. Okay. This game is a
Right.
lot of confidence. If you believe that you're not gonna be able to kill ascendant players, you're not gonna do it. If you believe that you're gonna shit on the whole lobby, you're gonna shit on the whole lobby. Even if you fall short, you might play really well, much better than what you
Yeah.
expected. Stuff like that. Right. Okay. So aim. I didn't really have too much cons for your aim, except for your first shots. That whiff, they're inconsistent. But overall, I think
Yeah.
your aim is your strongest trait. But don't use that and be like, oh, I can only focus on aim now. No, you gotta work on everything else. I explain this to
Yeah.
all my students. Okay, game sense, movement, all this stuff outweighs aim, right? So
So, what would you say is like my most lacking part of my game?
yeah, it's definitely like game sense and
Game sense.
movement
Yeah.
positioning, and that correlates
Okay.
not only those two categories. It's about more like as well pathing, understanding map knowledge, right? Game sense is map knowledge, knowing the
Yeah.
timings of how long it takes for you to go from backside to this way or whatever it may be, right? Where there usually are common angles, usually, right? We say in possibilities, not definite, as in he's gonna be there 100% time. It's like
Right.
usually there's one guy here. Usually, obviously there are times where they're
Yeah.
not, but that's why we're being proactive. As in sometimes there are gonna be guys here. That's why I always clear this guard. I always hold this for a little bit, right? I hold
Yeah.
window for a bit, right? I'm proactively clearing these angles where I'm not in a position where they're gonna be there those times they are there and get caught off guard. I'm always on guard. It's kind of being like
Yeah.
vigilant, right?
Yeah.
It can go
Like
in
being
real.
a step ahead, right?
Right, it's like chess, right? Like
Yeah.
you really wanna make sure your defense or your attack is good. It's 2-3 steps ahead where they cannot be predictable
Yeah.
or you're ready for whatever it may be. It can go with anything, any part of life, a lot of traditional
Yeah.
sports, stuff like that. You need to be ahead of their thought process, and that will build on your game sense and stuff. So that's
Yeah.
definitely your weakness is your mental,
Okay.
like you said, like kind of getting complacent, checking
Yeah.
out, a little bit of ego. You don't seem to have too much ego from what I see. Like,
Yeah.
talking with me as well. Like you're listening, stuff like that. Some of my students have big egos where they don't want to listen to what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Right.
I think you're somewhat humble, so that's a good trait. So that's a
Right.
good
Yeah.
place to start. Okay, but we gotta
Yeah.
throw away this thought process or this thought that, you know what, I was a high level on COD. I
Yeah.
deserve to be a high level here, or not even
Yeah.
deserve, but I'm gonna be whatever it may be. We gotta throw that away. Okay, we start on a new
Mhm.
slate starting today, starting tomorrow. Okay, you're a
Right. No,
Valorant.
it's not more. It's not like an ego thing. It's more so like that. Like if I'm a top level in COD, right?
Yeah,
Then then I can definitely do it here. So
sure.
why can't I do it here?
But
That's like
but
questioning
but but
myself.
but
Like
but
why
let me
can't I do it?
but hold on. You're saying it's
Yeah.
not ego, but that is exactly what ego is. You're
Right.
using your past subjective experiences of
Yeah.
you being a high level of COD, being like, oh, so why can't I do it, right? Like your
Yeah.
ego is telling you
Yeah.
this. Oh, why can't you be there? You should be there, right? But the thing is, your skill is not there. You have to be objective. Right? I know you know what that word means. Be objective. Understand in reality. Okay, in reality, right now you're a
Yeah.
gold player. Okay. Obviously, your
Right.
true skill, okay, maybe objectively you're a diamond player, but right now
Right.
you're in the gold elo,
Right.
right? We got to be
Yeah.
objective. I understand you're a
True.
high level
Yeah.
player in another game, but that's why I'm just trying to tell you right now, it is ego. You got to throw that out the window and start with a
Yeah.
new slate. I don't give a fuck, and I'm being brutally honest with you. If you're
Yeah.
COD #1 in the world 10 years ago or even last year, bro, but you're still gold, right? Your
Yeah.
skill set is telling me you are not up to par where you need to be or where you expect to be, but your
Yeah.
ego is holding you back by you saying, you know what, I should be there, why can't I be there? It's holding you back. Just take some accountability. I was a high level in COD. Okay, think about it this
Mhm.
way. This is how I would think about it if I was in your shoes. I was high level in COD, but I'm a gold player in Valorant. Okay, I how much work or what type of work do I need to be or do to be at that same level I was in COD?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to be
Yeah.
thinking like this. Okay, if you actually say, and obviously I'm taking your word for it, and I'm not saying that
Mhm.
you're not, but if you're
Right.
actually saying that you're a high level person in COD, why can't you do it in Valorant? Right? Like
Yeah.
you
That's
learn.
what I'm thinking too.
Right,
Cause
but
like
that's your ego is stopping you from
Right.
actually continuing to think like a high level player. You're using the
Right.
fact that you were. Nobody cares what you
Yeah.
were, okay? Everyone
Yeah.
cares what you're
Exactly.
gonna be. Just like
Right.
in
Right. Right.
life. No one cares that you're a bum, but if you become a millionaire,
Yeah.
no one gives a fuck you're a bum. But if you're a millionaire and then you become a bum, everyone cares you're a bum. You're a loser, okay? So you
Yeah.
gotta think
Right.
about things in life
Mhm.
references as well.
Yeah.
I'm not only just trying to teach Valorant mental, but everything is correlated. I'm much older than you.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
28. You're probably what,
Yeah.
21? I think you said 20.
21. Yeah.
Right. Like
21.
I have 9 years on, like 8 years on you, bro. Like, and
Yeah.
and and through my life, I failed a lot. Okay, I tried to
Mhm.
go pro in multiple games. I didn't really actually became the best player, right? And I
Right.
I understand this. I failed, right? I failed so you don't have to fail. I'm trying to teach
Right.
you my life experiences in a way where you can understand and kind of use that to your advantage. Learn from me, learn from my mistakes, right? Everything I'm saying,
Right.
I've learned through my life experiences, right? Obviously,
Right.
they're not always going to be accurate or correlate to somebody else, but it still really logically makes sense to a lot of people when I talk to them, and they say, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah.
Right? So don't
Yeah.
use that ego. I've been there, bro. When I was a StarCraft top 200, my ego
Yeah.
stopped me there too. I'm like, "Yo, I don't need to work anymore," and I started falling off. I used to have
Yeah.
friends that were
You
I
start
used to
getting
have
bad and
friends
shit.
that were
Yeah.
really below me, and then like six
Yeah.
months later, they're beating me. I would meet them in a ranked game,
Yeah.
and they would beat me because StarCraft's a 1v1 game, and I would be
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck just happened?" But my
It's just like
ego got
yeah.
me there,
Ego is like a
bro.
big thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Ego is the
Yeah.
killer of all dreams. You probably heard that quote.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
don't let your
100%.
ego
Yeah.
really be the killer of your dreams as well. And I know you don't
Mhm.
really want to go pro, but you still want to get to a high
Yeah.
level, so you kind of have to
Yeah.
work on that, okay? So,
Right.
that being that, yeah, so that's it for really your cons. I just wrote as well a few things. Utility usage is underwhelming. You really need to use your smokes more. Um,
Right.
like you used it here and there, but it needs to be a little bit better, more tighter, more refined, more value, stuff like that. And I also wrote needs to know more of the entry angles, as in common angles are gonna be stuff like that. So we really gotta study these things and play more, experience these scenarios, stuff like that.
So
Okay.
like, I had a question. So
Yep.
basically, for angle clearing and entries, right? is it like optimal to like, let's say if you want to like practice in like a custom game, like you
Yep.
just load up a custom game and start clearing shit?
Yeah, that's what the pros do,
Right.
right?
Like, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
but the best actual way to doing it is experiencing in real-time scenarios where you're playing against 5 real people and their tendencies help your experience over the long term, as in, oh, people like to just play behind this box all the time, or they like to play backside all the time, and then you just pick up on these things where generally
Right.
this is where people play in my elo, this is where
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
play, right? Not me, but like that person that was thinking like that, like, oh, in Ascendant these
Yeah.
guys, and that's why I kind of know all these spots is because I've experienced it so much.
Like
Right,
all the time, right?
I have
Yeah.
over probably, I don't even have that much hours in Valorant, but I have probably
Yeah.
over 4,000 hours in Valorant, and it's
Yeah.
not much hours because I was inconsistent, but I still got to Immortal 3, and I know all this knowledge,
Yeah.
all these off angles, all these common spots because I actively try to learn them and
Did you do
understand
it solo queue, by the way?
them. Yeah,
The
I pretty
Immortal
much
3?
did it. Yeah, I pretty much did
Oh,
it solo
okay,
queue.
okay.
Maybe
That's
2 years ago in my prime, I may have dueled with 1 or 2 guys here, like not like
Yeah.
full time, but I was
Yeah.
like, if you look at my tracker, it's mainly solo
Yeah.
queue. Okay.
I see. Okay. Okay.
So that's that. Okay, let's just go into your pros really quickly. Um,
Okay.
so your pros, like I said, I kind of went through it. You're like, there wasn't really much pros with your game sense in terms of like, besides you being aware in certain
Yeah.
situations, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, your aim is your best thing. Comms, the pros for comms is that you're quite accurate. That's something I really admire. That's something
Yeah.
where I'm super
Right.
specific. If I hear 2, I tell them there's 2. I don't tell them they're all there. Some of my students do that.
Yeah.
But so that right
Yeah.
there shows me you have potential to be high level. But we have to really build
Yeah.
that skill, as in you telling your team that all the time. But you only do it here and there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then movement positioning, you obviously understand the basic mechanics. That's key into getting better. Like you understand how to jiggle, peek, slice the pie a little bit, jump, peek, stuff like that. I don't know how good your dead zoning is, but so we're gonna go and see that in the range.
Yeah.
And then for utility usage, like you're playing Jet. There wasn't really much pros for me to
Yeah.
write. I think you ulted 1 time. I wasn't sure if you kept having ult. I don't think you did. So if you didn't, I would say you need to use ult more. You just did like once,
Yeah.
right, and got an ace. So
Yeah.
if you're getting an
Yeah.
ace with your ult, you gotta make sure you're using it more often. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dashes were pretty okay. We talked about the dash here, where you should probably go backside. So it's like for
Yeah.
you, it's a little bit more of a refining thing we gotta do. But for your
Yeah.
cons, it's
Yeah.
like we gotta really, 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 really work on it. But your pros are like more. We just need to tweak them to get a little bit more high level. And yeah, that's it. So okay, let me just go
Okay.
into the range.
Yeah.
Do you want to write this stuff down on a piece of paper, or do you want to refer back to the VOD?
Wait, what do you mean? Like for the what you're about to explain
Yeah,
right now?
yeah. So I'm gonna show you 5 exercises that you're gonna be
Okay.
doing every day, okay? And you
Okay.
should be doing
Yeah,
it
I
every day.
can. Yeah, I can write it down actually.
You
Hold
can
on one
just
second.
refer back to the
Can you
VOD.
make a little
Yeah, yeah,
notepad?
sure, sure. Go ahead.
My
Yeah.
Take your
ultimate's
time.
ready.
Yeah, yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. You can refer back to VOD. I just like to ask my students just in case some people like to write down, some people like to refer back to VOD, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, of course.
And you're a studious guy. I'm sure you're in computer science, so
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
you
No,
really.
I'm willing to put in the work, bro. I will
Right,
grind.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
No, and I know,
Yeah.
bro. Like the potential is there, right? It's just
Yeah.
you're almost in a way you're sabotaging yourself. That's my opinion. The way you've talked, not the way you've talked to me, but what we've talked about is more like the mental. You're checking out, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we gotta really
Alright. I'm
unmental
ready
block.
whenever
Okay,
you are.
cool. We gotta
Yeah.
really unmental block yourself, but we'll kind of go talk about that another time. But okay, so
Okay.
first things first. This exercise will be really really good for you. I know you already kind of
Wait,
have good aim.
can I tell you? Can I tell you my warm up right now?
Sure.
So I would just like click practice. Just click on practice,
Yep.
and I would shoot the bots with a sheriff
Okay.
for like 2 or 3 minutes,
Okay.
and then I would go to a vandal, and
Okay.
then like a phantom, and then a guardian for like
Okay.
2 minutes each. So that's like 10 minutes, and then
Okay.
after that I'd play 5 death matches.
Okay. So that's
Yeah.
probably not enough, right? And you're
Okay.
not working enough on your basics. That's why your aim is inconsistent, okay? You really have to
Yeah.
work from the ground up. I'm not saying your aim is dog shit. I'm just saying,
Right.
okay, I can say it in
Like to
sports
make it more
term, okay?
consistent.
There was, who Tyreek Hill is, the guy, the wide receiver for Kansas. He was for Kansas City. Okay, anyways, he's a really popular wide receiver,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
one of the, right now, as of right now, considered one of the fastest players in the NFL, okay, as a wide receiver.
Okay.
And there was
Yeah.
a podcast where they asked him, "Man, how are you so fast? How are you so great?"
Yeah.
Because he's really good. He's considered a top 2 receiver in the league, right? He makes $100 million
Okay.
a year. Okay, they asked
Right.
him on the podcast. You know what he said? He's like, "The basics. You got to know how
Mhm.
to A skip properly. In football, there's a warm up where you A skip. You know, you're jumping in
Yeah.
rhythm and B skip, C skip,
Mhm.
and lunges, right?"
Yeah.
He's like, "The basics, man. Like, you know how the Americans say, he's like, the
Mhm. Yeah.
basics,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
do the
Yeah.
basics, man. I be just practicing the basics really well, man." And
Yeah.
I heard that. I'm like, wow, like that actually makes
Yeah.
so much sense. And I applied that to Valorant, and I realized that the pros practice the basics over and over and again where it's perfect. Okay, that's how you
Mhm.
really become the best type of player. It's not really the advanced stuff. That stuff comes later. You gotta really, really, really get your basics down. And I'm not saying that you don't have your basics. I'm just saying you need to fine tune it where you don't have to worry about it anymore. And obviously, you and me are far from that point. Okay, me
Mhm.
included. We're all nobody in this
Right.
Discord is at that point because none of us is radiant
Yeah.
or pro. Okay, if you're a pro, you're at that
Yeah.
level. So, and that's that moment in time. I remember it was like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, holy fuck! Like he's actually so
Mhm.
right. Like, and then that's what made me. That's what made like motivated me to really work
Yeah.
on my basics again as well, my fundamentals, right, stuff like that. My basics were off. I always wanted to learn advanced stuff, but my
Yeah.
basics were shit, and that's why I'm kind of washed right now. But so
Yeah.
I'm actively trying to work on my basics too. So, you need to start with this 5 exercises, and then do your
Okay.
stuff, and then do your DMs, and then get in a game. Okay, do this every
Okay.
day, and you will see
Every day.
so much
Okay.
improvement. Like you don't know how many students I give them this, and they're just
Yeah.
dropping 35,
Wait.
40 every
Just,
game.
I had one question. I had one
Yep, yep,
question. Sorry to interrupt you.
yep. Go
So
ahead.
basically, do you think like my sensitivity is a factor or
I
no?
mean, so
Do you think it's too
sensitivity.
fast?
It's all a
Because I
preference. I
play
don't even know what your I
800.4,
don't even know what your sensitivity is, right? What do you
yeah,
play on? 800 DPI?
800.4, yeah, 800 DPI,
We're the same
yeah,
sense. I play 800.4 or
yeah.
I'm 16. I'm
Okay,
right now. I'm on 1600.2.
okay, so
Back
it's the
two
same
years.
thing.
So back 2 years ago, I was 800.48, so I
Yeah,
was on the higher side. And
hmm,
then lately,
yeah,
I went down to 800.4, but then I reversed it where I went 1600, and then I went point 0.2. So
yeah.
we're the same EDPI. We're the same sense. Okay,
Okay,
so
yeah. Is there a
it's
difference between 1600 and 1800 or 800? Like, is it like placebo or is it like
no,
there's
no,
like
no.
no
So
difference?
it's just a little bit of a different type of aiming. When you're on
Yeah,
1600, it's gonna be a little bit more of a wrist movement because the DPI naturally is faster, right? So you're not
yeah,
really controlling it with your shoulder. 800 DPI is more of an arm shooting
yeah,
type of
yeah,
movement, right? I know 800 DPI. I was on 800 DPI for so long, and we're on the same set,
yeah,
so we can kind of like talk
hmm,
about it. But yeah, so
yeah, yeah,
800 is more of like a arm movement. Okay,
yeah,
1600 is
yeah.
more of like a wrist forearm movement. Okay,
Hmm.
it's all
Right.
preference. It all depends. And one thing I want to say is that there's trade-offs, right? High sense means that you lose precision, but you gain the
Hmm.
speed in terms of horizontally or up and down, right? If
Yeah.
it's slow speed, you gain the precision, as in your crosser will always be more than not accurate. Like it'll be more accurate than a high sense. But the problem is you lose the speed going up and down. So
You
that's why
lose the speed.
people will
Yeah.
be super precise with low speed, but they have hard time like dodging flashes, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you kind of have to identify where your strengths are. Like if you're fast already, then you just go on a low speed because then you can just control it and be precise and fast, right? But if
Yeah.
you're uh, um, yeah, and vice versa. Okay, so there's
Hmm.
trade-offs to it. Me personally, you know, we are in the medium sense category. It's
Yeah.
not like we're slow.
Yeah.
0.48 is when people start considering that EDPI super fast, like not super fast, but on the fast side. Like, so it's like
Yeah.
360 EDPI. Right now we're probably at like
Hmm.
300, 310, some shit like that, right? Or whatever. But
Yeah.
we're
320.
in
Yeah.
the medium section where it's like it really depends on preference. Some people are different, but
Hmm.
so we're in the same exact same sense, which is I find pretty
Yeah.
interesting. But
Kind of crazy. Yeah.
yeah, same EDPI, and we were on the same sense before. But okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna come up here, okay, turn the bots on, and we're gonna
Hmm.
go super slow. This is a precision based exercise. It's okay to miss, okay,
Okay.
but the goal is not to miss. And you know the
Hmm.
term practice how you play. You're a basketball player. You make all your
Yeah.
free throws in practice so you can make them in a
Right.
game.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same concept here. Also, you
Hmm.
understand progressive overload. I'm sure you heard that term,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
the intensity needs to go higher. Okay, like your workout, I'm
Hmm.
sure you've been doing it for a long time, the same amount
Yeah.
of intensity. Okay, for your
Hmm.
aim to grow, it needs to go more and more. Okay, so you need to be adding minutes, 3 minutes this week. Next week it's gonna be 5 minutes. The week after it's gonna be 5.5. Obviously, that time frame I'm giving you is super fast, right? You're not gonna increase it that fast, but maybe in 2 weeks or in a month we go up 2 minutes now, and then the next month we go up
Yeah.
another 2 minutes, right? It needs to actively add progressive overload where it's getting stronger, better, stuff like that. So come up here.
Mhm.
You're gonna turn bots on. Come in the middle. This is called left to right headshot. That's what I named it. I learned this off Bordel. This is the first exercise I learned off a pro where it improved my aim drastically, the basics, and overall headshotting people and deleting people more quicker. So we're gonna
Yeah.
go from head to head. Okay, we're gonna work on a smoothness. Smoothness is going in a straight line from point A
Yeah.
to point B. That's a mechanic of aim. So we're gonna work on a smoothness, precision-based exercise. So in the beginning, it's gonna be really, really, really hard. Go slow. Okay, it's not about speed right now. Build it up later. So we're gonna go to this head, and we don't wanna over flick and come back, under flick and go back over. Okay, and when we do those type of mistakes or we miss, we identify what's going on. Oh, I over flicked. I need to be a little bit slower. Whatever it may be. Under flick, I need to go a little bit faster. Okay, so identify where we're going wrong. We're going to go head to head. Right there, I under flicked. I missed it, right? So I gotta identify. I gotta kind of move my mouse a little bit more. There, I over flicked as well. I over flicked as well. I need to slow down. Okay. If I slow down, I'm not
You
gonna.
stand still and like tap heads, right?
Sorry?
Basically, be smooth, right? You stand still.
Yep. You
And
don't
you
move. You
tap
don't.
heads,
You're not using movement at all. This is only strictly a movement trainer. Go like this.
Yeah.
Head to head, and we're going left to right. So if I'm going left and this bot comes while I'm going here, just don't go back to it. Just skip it and come back. Okay. Some of my students ask, should I go back? No. Just keep going right and then come back. Okay, so just pretend like it didn't even spawn.
Yeah.
I'm a Phantom player, so I use Phantom. You can use Vandal, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. But the key is that you're going from your crosshair is going from head to head perfectly, where it's not going over or under. Okay. So you can kind of see with mine. Like I practice this a lot. So right, like let me just get my arm in position. Alright, come back. Then you can kind of like add a little bit of speed of it. Just identify where you're going wrong. Like there, I whiffed. I underflocked. So I gotta kind of right. Like obviously you're gonna miss. It's super natural, but you gotta identify what you're doing wrong. That way you'll build your aim. Like there, the underflick. Okay, but you kind of see how it's like magnetic almost, right? That's what you need to get. Okay, where you see a guy, you instantly delete him. You see another guy, and your cursor just goes to head. This is what this trains. Okay, where you have that smoothness where you can just instantly delete people. Okay. And actively, don't just look at the body. This is something I haven't told anyone else. This is like a trade secret I kind of keep. Don't just look at the outline of the body and try to aim the head. Actively use your eyes and look at his head. Like stare at the eye. Stare at this guy's eyes. Because that way your tracking will evolve. Where if you just point your eye somewhere, your cursor will automatically be locked onto it. Okay, it's like hand-eye coordination, right? If you keep your eye on the ball, you know you don't even need to have your feet or whatever. Like you could just kick it without looking, right? Like soccer players or whatever, or basketball, right? It's like a hand. So make sure you're looking at his head right here. So like with your eyes, not the crosshair, but with your eyes. So look, just manually lock onto his head.
It's kind of like target confirmation, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right, and your body will follow what you're looking at. So it's like basketball. You know how they teach you to look at the back of the rim, right? They teach you to look at like that's something I learned too when I would, in high school basketball. They'd be like, look at the back of the rim, right? You're not gonna look at the front of the rim. You're just gonna hit the front
like
of
a point of reference.
Exactly, exactly.
You,
It's like a tracking thing.
Yeah,
right?
like a tracking.
So that's that. Okay, so left to right, right to left. Minimum 5 minutes. Okay, and obviously over time, more sessions we do together. We'll talk about that after this, but we'll talk about that after. If you have a training program with me, I'm gonna make sure that it's gonna grow, stuff like that. The intensity is getting bigger, stuff like that. Okay.
I had a question. So for the exercises and everything, if I'm practicing, right? Should I do this after my comp games or before my comp games?
So I always did this and do this as soon as I woke up. First thing I do is train my aim, maintain my aim, and then play. Never really play first because you're gonna be cold. You're not gonna be warm. Right. This is like a warm up exercise / training. It's both.
Is it true where people say like you get burnt out? Like,
obviously, if you do this for 1 hour, each
Yeah.
exercise your arm's gonna be falling off, right? But so that's
Yeah.
why we build it up, and that's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
it's
yeah.
important because
Mhm.
we add progressive overload where we get to a level and it maintains that level, and then we go higher, so then we're becoming even better. Now because
Yeah.
like I told you, aiming is a muscle movement, it's not a mental movement. Okay, so
Right.
we need to grow our muscles, we got to build our muscles. You understand that, you're an athlete, right? I'm an
Yeah,
athlete, I understand
exactly.
that too.
Yeah.
You need to, right? Like cardio, you don't,
You need
you
to
know,
work on your
a guy that's
self.
wheezing
Yeah,
after running for
exactly.
10 seconds, you're not going
Yeah.
to tell that guy to
He
keep
doesn't
running
really.
10
Yeah,
seconds. You're going
exactly.
to tell him to run for 2 minutes today, and then next week it's got to be 5 minutes to build his cardio, right?
Yeah.
So it's that
Yeah.
same concept, okay? So
Mhm.
come here, bring it to 10 minutes, okay? There's
Mhm.
9 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
whiff a little bit right now because I haven't really played today or warmed up or anything, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna kind of show you, okay? And I can probably show you in the other VOD where I did it really well with the other student, but today I don't know,
Yeah.
or right now I don't know how it's gonna be. I'm pretty tired, but so 9
Okay.
columns.
Mhm.
This is me spraying without the control, right? Pretty simple.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
this is gonna be me controlling, and this exercise is called 5-shot burst. Okay, 5-shot burst control, where we instantly can just shoot 5 bullets. It's in one spot, and they're instantly deleted. We're gonna do it with a Vandal as well, because obviously
Yeah.
you know Vandal's 4-shot, but if they're behind the
Yeah.
wall and we shoot them 5 times, they're dead, right? The wall bang damage
Mhm.
reduced, so that's why I
Yeah.
teach 5 shots. Okay. There's
Yeah.
thought process behind it. One student was like, "Well, you only die with 4 bullets on a Vandal." I was like, "Bro, like,
Yeah.
do you not understand that the wall bang damage is like
Yeah. The wall bang
is
damage.
reduced
Yeah.
damage? You need 5 bullets to kill somebody, okay? Even if it's body
Yeah.
shot." So, anyways, so we're gonna control it. Let me just kind of lock in a little bit because this one's kind of difficult in the beginning. So, right, so kind of
Yeah.
whiffing. Like that's a little bit more ideal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably like that's most ideal.
That's the, yeah. That's
Okay.
the, yeah. The tighter the
Like
spread,
around
right?
here, around here is okay. It's
Yeah.
pretty. That's like an 8 out of 10. I would say. Perfect is when they're all in the same spot. Okay. But obviously right now I'm pretty tired. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna really try to show you my best. Okay. Like that. These two,
Yeah.
I give
These
it a
two?
9.
Yeah.
Maybe this one's an 8. This one's more of a 9. You see it?
Very nice.
5-shot.
Like
Like
how
look at
tight
it.
this spray is, right? Yeah.
Make sure it's
exactly.
5. It could be a little bit less too, but
Yeah.
controlling. So this one's just a 5-shot control. Like that's pretty good. That's an 8.
Should you do this at like different ranges, or just at 10?
Yeah, you could, but I just do it at 10 so it's easier to see.
Yeah.
Like you probably
right,
could,
right,
but it's
right.
probably gonna be way harder, right? Like
Yeah,
this is probably
yeah,
the most
yeah.
ideal way to
Yeah.
practice it. Like you know,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard to do 9 columns here, right? This is the easiest way to
Yeah.
do 9. You can
Yeah.
try. I'm not definitely against it, but this is just more ideal, optimal probably.
Yeah,
So obviously I'm moving a little bit. Probably shouldn't move. So identify where you're going wrong too. Like okay, the bullet's going up. Okay, I gotta hold down a little bit more. Like that's pretty good.
yeah.
Right? Like that's pretty good. Right? So
Yeah.
I'll kind of show you. It's like, you know, 5-shot burst. Where did that one go? 5-shot burst, 5-shot burst, 5-shot burst, 5-shot burst, and then just instantly dead, even if it's not a headshot, right? And I combo where it does go a headshot, so then the second bullet will automatically kill it, right? So, but it's just in case you're just hitting body, you're automatically killing them.
Yeah.
Okay? So 5-shot burst, 5-shot
I
burst.
know I do a lot of like two-shot bursts with the Vandal. I
Yeah.
would like 2-shot burst then strafe, then 2-shot burst
Sure.
then strafe. Then
You can do a 2-shot burst, but you know why
Yeah.
I teach 5-shot burst first is because you
Yeah.
know it just you're just gonna kill them. Doesn't matter if it's a headshot.
Yeah.
2-shot burst is, you know, you really gotta. If you 2-shot burst somebody, they're not dead. Okay,
Yeah.
right? This is an instant deletion mechanic where, boom, 5-shot, right? Look at 2-shot. Well,
Yeah.
that's a bad example, but you kind of get what I mean,
Yeah.
right? Like that's 2-shot, didn't die.
Yeah.
2-shot didn't die, right?
Yeah.
2-shot didn't die, but 5-shot burst, it's the same time, but it's instant. They're just instantly
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
So you kind of get what I mean. Okay, so
I
that's
see.
this. That's the second one. The third exercise, stay here. This one's called spray control / spray transfer control. Okay, so don't
Okay.
let the spray come up here and then control and bring it down. Okay, you need to immediately
Yeah.
control it. Okay, so, and then we draw a line.
Yeah.
You can add like a little flick to it if you want as well.
I
Okay,
see.
but we draw a line because this helps real-time scenarios where you're an all-in
Yeah.
fight, a guy randomly peeks you,
Yeah.
like you're spraying this guy fight, and you gotta go like this to kill him, okay?
Yeah,
And that's where that
yeah.
movement will help you from, okay? So
Yeah.
again, don't let it come up and then control it. Control it
Yeah.
right away. Here, draw a line. Obviously, it's not gonna be a straight line you're spraying, right? But keep it pretty like
I see. You don't want to let it come up, right?
yeah, don't. Well, you can even do it up here, but like I'm just saying for
Yeah.
this line, if you're gonna draw the line here,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
let the spray come up and then bring it back to make the line here.
Yeah.
Automatically control it where the line starts here. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, you
Yeah.
can do it up here too, like, and then right, look at the control, right? I can control it anywhere. I can do it from down here to make sure it starts there and I control the line, right? That's something I was always good at. I practiced it, so stuff like that. So this will be like, right? I can kill these long range things without even, right? It's all straight transfer, stuff like that. Right? I don't even need to tap it. Just spray and control. Okay, so that's what will help. You can even practice on these bots too after you do it to kind of get a sense of real-time scenario. Okay. Okay, so this is the second last one. This is a movement-based exercise. Do you play with shooting arrow on?
Yeah, I have the graph.
Okay, great. So do you understand what they mean?
Yeah, so the
Yep,
orange is when you're accurate, blue is when you're inaccurate, right?
No. So I'll explain it further.
Okay.
Yellow is your shooting error. Look at me spray.
Yeah.
Okay, look at it. 0.9 means that you're 100% not accurate. Obviously, there are gonna be times where, you know, these sprays hit and whatever, but it just means you're really, really not accurate. Okay. Blue is your movement error. Okay. So if I move and shoot, look at so that identifies to me that I'm moving while I'm shooting when I look at the graph. Okay. So this exercise is gonna help where you know what dead zoning is, right? Where you stay still, shoot, you stay still again. There's no strafing in this game, right? So there's dead zoning. It's not Counter-Strike. So we have to practice our dead zone where 0.2 means you're 100% accurate. If I'm standing still and I shoot somewhere and it's 0.2, it means it's gonna hit there. Okay, look at the graph, 0.2, 0.2, and look where the bullets are. It's 100% accurate where my cursor is. Okay, so we start here on this billboard on the left one. We shoot, dead zone, come to this billboard. Okay, we're gonna do 5 each side, and try to one tap first. Don't burst, and make sure you're at 0.2. Like look at my graph. Like that one's a little bit. I always tell my students, you can go up to 0.3, but nothing above 0.3, because anything above 0.3 means like you're not that accurate. So you need to be 0.3 or lower. Okay, so 5 each side, and then we cut it in half. Okay, and then we cut it in half again. So it's, and this is a mental exercise as well, because it's like rubbing your stomach with tapping your head at the same time, because you're stop, click with my right hand, and then I got a D back, right? Like it's a cognitive skill that you kind of, and then we cut it in half again. So we go from here to here. I'm gonna just show you quickly, here to here, and then we go here to here. So we cut it in half once, cut it in half again. So this is the midpoint. So you cut it in half to here, and then we cut it in half again. So if this is the midpoint, it's just gonna be right in the middle where we're kind of moving. And look at my graph. Look at my graph. I'm 0.2. This means if I'm fighting someone like this, I'm 100% accurate. They're dead. Okay? This is more of like a long range fight scenario where they're far away as a small icon, right? And you're just gonna add like a little movement. So that's that. 5 each side again. 5 and then cut it in half, cut it in half, cut it in half. So cut it in half 3 times, okay? And make sure we're under 0.3 in terms of the dead zoning, okay? Okay, this is the last exercise. So we turn the bots on. This incorporates dead zoning with wall peeking mechanics and our aim. So I'll just show you with the vandal because it's easier. I don't want to show that I'm moving. But so you're always parallel to the wall. You're not gonna be moving diagonally, okay? You're moving parallel to this wall.
With A and D, right?
Right. Because I had a student, he was going like this and doing. I'm like, bro, you're dead zoning, but you're not doing it parallel. You're gonna die like that. So this is a real-time scenario where you swing like this, instantly delete it. I hear this guy walking. Boom. Look at my accuracy, right? And look at my thing. 0.25 means it's good. You're not gonna be 2.5 here in this swing because you're wide swinging, right? There's some movement error, some shooting error here. So we're come here parallel with the wall, and we just work on our wide swing. Oh wait, sorry. Just work on our wide swing. Work on our wide swing. Work on our wide swing. 20 each side. So you're gonna go here and to the other wall, and then obviously later down the line we're gonna add more advanced mechanics like a crouch peek and doing it, or like a jiggle. Okay. Like look at that 0.25, and it looks like I'm strafing. I'm not strafing. This is all dead zone. Okay. This is one of the biggest mechanics you need to get good at as a Valorant player. Okay? Obviously there are times you whiff. It's super hard in the beginning. I honestly hated this exercise, but I'm kind of glad I started coaching because it actually improved my dead zoning because I always have to demonstrate it. Right? You kind of get what I mean. But so we're gonna start with a wide swing first, just maybe for the first week, and then we'll incorporate jiggling later. But so just wide swing. And just kind of, you can move around. Here you can move your mouse around, okay?
You tap or burst?
Vandal, I'm a one tapper. Phantom, I'm a burster. I'm a two-shot burster because I'm always.
You know, like two bursts. Do you know you can like two bursts with a Vandal as well?
Yeah, I know.
Right, so
but there's no point because I just need to one tap people with a Vandal. Right? I don't need to do this. It wastes time. So you need to do it with a Phantom because there are times there's 140, so you need to actually make sure that they die. So Right, that's
Yeah.
a 2-shot burst, or I can even do it with a 5-shot burst. Right, look, that's a 5-shot burst.
Yeah.
Look at that, look at that.
Yeah.
Right, I'm always instantly deleting people like that when I play Phantom. But anyways, so we're gonna come on this wall as well and do it the same thing. Okay, so 20 on this side, 20 on this side. Okay, and then you know later down the line, whatever, you're gonna incorporate more types of wall peaks or stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, so this is your basics. Okay, this stuff you need to work on every day, 5 minutes minimum, and maybe not every week, but let's say every 2 weeks, the time needs to go up. So you do 5 minutes, 2 weeks later, do it for 6 minutes or 7. It just constantly has
Yeah.
to go up, okay? Until
In
it's at
total
a
right now it would be 25 minutes, right? Because like 5 minutes for
yep,
each
yep. So
exercise.
this warm up will be
Okay.
25 minutes. You'll feel so
Yeah.
warm. Like when you get in a
Yeah.
game, you're gonna be shitting on people just because you
Yeah.
practice your movement. You're gonna feel fresh. Okay. Yeah. So that's everything. Really good questions. Session. Do you have any questions right now? Concerns, like things you want to work on, things bothering you? Now is the time.
Nah, I think everything's fine for now.
Okay. Cool. Cool. And also, you did mention you wanted to work long term, right? Or no?
Yeah, I was interested in it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. So, you know, how
Yeah.
it works is, you know, I don't know how many times you want to take sessions, but so I really give much better rates, even though my rates are already really good. You know, this session
Yeah.
was 3 hours and you only paid
Yeah.
25 bucks. If you did it again,
Yeah.
we'd probably do 3 hours or 2 hours and you'd pay 15 bucks,
Yeah.
right? Like, that's not really unheard of
Right.
in Valorant coaching, but so
Yeah.
I give
It
a
is.
much
Yeah.
better rate for people that do more than
Yeah.
4 times. It really
No,
depends. Like,
I'm definitely looking to have more sessions with you for sure.
or yeah, for sure. So I'm just letting you know, like the program that I came up with, where it's gonna be minimum 4 times
Yeah.
a week. Then I'll like
Yeah.
really bless people with better rates. Obviously, if
Right.
you go like once a week, like it's hard for me to discount you already. Like it's
Right.
already so cheap, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Makes
what
sense.
did you
Yeah.
wanted to do though? Like, did you want to see like at least twice a week,
Um.
once a week? Like, well,
Yeah.
ideally.
I haven't really decided yet. I'll
Okay,
probably
okay,
do like 2 times a week though.
sure,
Probably.
sure.
You know.
Yeah, so just let me
Like
know
I'm
and
probably gonna
whatever.
go through this week, and then I'll probably book another session with you, like maybe on the weekend or
Yeah.
like the start of next week. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Whenever you're ready, no
Like
rush,
while I
no
practice
nothing.
these things and stuff.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to know so whether I needed to make a training program for you or not. So those
No,
players,
not yet. Not yet.
yeah, yeah,
Not
I know,
yet.
I know. I'm just saying those players that get 4 sessions a week will automatically get a free progressive overload training program from me. Like in terms of
Oh,
a
okay.
daily
Okay.
schedule, either 5 day schedule or
Right.
7 day schedule. Like one guy took a
Right.
7 day schedule, and I'm like, are you sure? But he's full
Yeah.
time. Like he's a full time.
Yeah.
He wants to go pro, so he's
Yeah.
training with me. So right. So
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah. So let me know. Keep me updated and.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure, bro.
that's it. Good session, man. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
upload
Thanks
this
for the
vlog.
session, man.
No problem,
Yeah.
bro. Just
Yeah.
remember all the things I talked about, okay? Really work on
Yeah.
your mental, okay? That really seems
Yeah.
like your biggest problem. Not saying that it's
Yeah.
weak, but like
Yeah.
emotionally
But
weak. It's
it seems
just
like the bigger
you're
problem,
checking
right?
out a
Yeah.
lot. It's not good, right?
Yeah.
You can't check out.
Also had a question about like
Yeah,
the notes that you wrote and stuff. You're gonna send them to me, right?
yeah. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
With the oh, okay,
Yep,
okay.
yep,
All right, sounds good,
yep.
man.
No problem, bro.
All right.
Okay, you have a good
Have a
night,
good
man.
night, bro.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
you too, bro.
Yep. Okay, that's that. That is that. Alright, guys, I don't know how many people are watching. I don't think anyone's watching, to be honest. But. Yep, nobody's watching. Time to get off. Alright, GG's.